Whoa, look, it's time to go viral. I'm homicidal, I'm killing all my rivals. I'm the man, shit, I put that on the Bible. I Spotify my target, cause you know I got the title. Hey, I'm a Mac 2. I told baby shake that ass like she Apple. She said it's real, so she got my name tattooed. House full, so I hit it in the back room. Whoa, baby said she needed now, peep the urgency. I want a little Kim before she had the surgery. Leg spread on that hardcore poster. She love twerking, she just do it for the coach. Big dog, bull massive. 6 tray Chevrolet, I'm classic. All these niggas mad at me, that's tragic. The main bitch in the bed, that's graphic. Yeah, we about to go viral. Hey, we about to go viral.
Like, what you mean? You mean the views, or like what you getting at?
How they playing it. But even I forget, I gotta find the clip. But they're doing shit.
Just say it, nigga.
I'm not
like,
explaining it.
I mean, you was just explaining it.
I'm thinking about it, nigga. I just said I gotta find the clip.
Nah, you don't need the clip. I'm saying, what do you think? Because you was like, maybe we playing it wrong because everybody playing plays.
Nah, not plays, just how they playing the internet. Figuring out how to manipulate the algorithm.
I think
there's certain things that's triggering get people to go up.
I think it's just depending on what you want to be known for, or where you're trying to go. I think that's the biggest key, because if you want just viral moments, you know how to get those. Run plays.
I'm not saying acting a fool. I'm just saying
crash outs.
Even in general, what people are reacting to, energy videos, even the videos when that's different because you're crashing out automatically.
It's your targeted audience as well. Like, you got to look at it. Like, look at FYB J Mane, right? He was a character in a sense. He had the over whooping, the whoops, all of that was sort of cliche-ish. So when it was at his peak, it's like, damn, he cracked the code. His genius. Everything he does touches turns to gold.
How you feel
now he's nowhere to be found because people got tired of it. It's like, you can only do that for so long. It's like, how long we gonna listen to you say you over whooping? Like, at some point we want to hear you talk. It was like the 4 extra effect too. It was like, after a while, the yelling and the screaming and talking about how many fades you had, it's like, okay, well, what else can you talk about? Going to jail, helping him out, because like, okay, he back in jail, the anticipation go up. Now you got new phase stories, and it kind of keep them floating. But if you just do that for a year straight,
even that's dying out.
That shit is dying out, right? Every time they get tired of hearing that shit.
I just mean small things, like, because I know we made a lot of, even like the close-up videos, them. I don't know if do them hit different. Like, cause I'm thinking about me as a viewer when I look at some of that stuff. Like, them hit different when you watch them maybe close up.
That's all editing though. You can do that yourself.
I know.
You record a video, put it through one of the AI apps, and bam, there you go. Or do it yourself through CapCut. Bam, there you go. That's all everybody's doing. And it depends on what you watch and what you consume. If you're if you're only stuck in this hip hop metaverse with the no jumpers, the back on figs, that whole, it looks like the Charlestons and the Wax are, damn, that's the blueprint, the 607 unks. Once you venture out of that, nobody's doing that. That's successful. If you go look at these political channels, they got random ass people in the middle of Idaho somewhere in their house with an iPhone doing 100,000 views a video, just reading legislation. So it's all about the target audience. It's the audience that caters to us, to the street background, the hip hop, and this type of atmosphere and characters per se.
This is a dude I watched. I think I was trying to talk about him last time, Jay Shetty or something like that. Y'all know who that is?
No,
he's like I think he was a monk.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
He deal with a lot of different people lately though. But all his shit be going up. But he had real conversations.
He's like Indian or something. Yeah, I know.
Oh, the Indian dude. Yeah. But
a lot of his shit is good.
The Golden Globes is making y'all know that, right? The Golden Globes is about to start giving out podcast awards.
Oh, yeah, that's big. Yeah, that's huge.
They're doing a podcasting thing now, eventually. So we'll see.
And then you got to think about it too. Race plays a factor. If you look at the top 10 podcasts, there's only one black podcaster in there.
Yeah.
So other races are hesitant to subscribe or lock in on black people that's doing something other than just entertaining or crashing out. You can take the no jumper audience for example. You go up there black, trying to kick knowledge. They don't want to hear that shit. They like, we're here for dumb shit. I literally read a comment, multiple comments that said, I need somebody that's as dumb as me. These guys are too intellectual. I can't relate. The nigga said, I need somebody dumb to relate to. So that's a large portion of the audience. And then you take the age factor into it. Most of the people who watch this metaverse are typically younger. So if you're talking about, family life or politics or, just everyday life that you face at as an adult at certain ages, they're going to tune out because they ain't living that life. So it's like, it depends on the type of content you're doing.
But that's why sometimes I'll be hesitant on going back and forth and getting caught up in a universe because it's like we said, they're not never going to be respected as those type of peers. It's like we already fighting an uphill battle of expecting us to be on goofy time. It'd be like you said, if people sitting back just watching us and then they catch it like, damn, them niggas is on goofy time.
Well, it really just depends, bro, because let's take Charleston. If he's not doing anything brazenly crazy, the views ain't gonna go crazy. It's you have to keep being that character once you get the success off that character. That's another thing. You get boxed in.
I think he can do a run like that. But I think the only difference with him is he's not doing his own podcast. I think if he was doing his own, it wouldn't be as. I think
we see maybe a different side of him here and there.
That too, but the impact won't be as the same. Because like you said, you will get tired out of being that every day on your own podcast. You can get booked and go act like this for a minute, then get the fuck up out of there and shit like that. I think that's what's different for him.
No, that's a key point. It's different than you're a figure going on other large platforms already and building it versus building it from the ground up. And then, like you said, every day they're tuning in. It's way harder to keep somebody's attention than every now and then I see you on the interview. When you're on the interview, you're going crazy. The platform's already huge. We teaming you up alongside people like Wack 100. We know y'all built the beef up. Like, it's all different dynamics that reflect the numbers. But shout out Big Teen. I think that's his name from the Apollo.
He's Tiny.
Tiny. Excuse me, I said Teen. Shout out my nigga Tiny.
That's because how they spell it.
Yeah, that's how they spell it. Yeah. Shout out to Tiny. They were having a debate because T-Real has said, if anybody out there can put up the same numbers as Fair to Say for 5 months straight, he'll cancel Fair to Say because people were saying the show fell off. And Six and them was, I think the girl name is Illa. Excuse me if that ain't your name. They were saying, we want to smoke with anybody. Whoever could beat our numbers, let's do it. And Tiny was kind of like, yeah, that's cool. But if you really notice, anybody who does drama or has back and forths, yes, the views are going to skyrocket because people want to see that. But the second you stop doing that, you're going to notice the people who came for the drama and the back and forth, they don't stick around for your normal content. The numbers drop. So those numbers aren't even real.
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
Now, that's facts. It's real for the drama, but it's like you're not gonna build a loyal fan base off of that unless you, like you said, unless you on goofy time forever. So that's a key point. But I think they should stop even. This ain't even to get them no advice, but not even give a fuck about what people think about trying to compare their podcast. That's why your shit is what it is. You do what you do on your content. You keep grinding your way up. And the people that fuck with you. The ones that don't.
In my situation, I mean, in my opinion, I think he probably want to cancel it anyway. He just saying shit to be saying shit at that point.
That was the way to opt out of. It's just like, canceling it without like, why you cancel it?
He already has done the analytics. He's already looked into it. He's like, look, I'm gonna give you, which I'm not saying y'all can't, get higher numbers or whatever the case is, but to me it sounds like a nigga already got a narrative in his own mind of what he wants.
But he said the only way he gonna cancel it is if somebody does better.
But that's still crazy to say if you're under my company and you're basically an employee and I say, well, if anybody out here outside of the company does better than the show I hired y'all for 5 months, I'm canceling it. It's like, what? Hold on, where's the loyalty to us?
What are the factors of that too? It's like, is it just people in LA? Is it?
No, he said anybody.
Yeah, so that's like, you could find anybody. I'm sure you could find somebody. I don't know. I just feel like that's a little bit weird to me.
But is it the people that's talking shit or is it just?
It was to the people that's talking shit.
Yeah, so it's like, is these are new podcast people that's doing it that think it's just easy? Like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I didn't even really so much care about that. I just thought Tiny made a great point that everybody didn't like. They thought like, oh man, Tiny, you turned it down to smoke. He's looking at the bigger picture. Like I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's cool to get the numbers off the beef, but once you're not beefing, then what?
Yeah, and it's like, is someone saying that trying to put a battery in your back to me? Like, okay, is that what we have to do to make sure our numbers stay up or get people interested? If so, if I'm not trying to do that, then at some point, it's what you want and feel what was morally right for you over numbers. Like you could get 1 million views, but if you go home at night and you don't feel good about the content you creating, then what does it really matter? Like it don't mean nothing.
But most people only doing it maybe for the numbers and for the money. So, or could it be used as motivation, where you on the clock?
Too, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, what can you really do to change it besides what you've been doing and trust the process, or like you said, start doing stuff that goes against who you are.
I feel like a lot of the numbers increasing is just like once you have a form of content you create and you have a system, that's what you're doing. Like people could say you need to get a better camera, get a better studio, do different topics, but once you have a system at that point, it's really the consistency and the grind that eventually you're gonna hit a different level. Maybe you get some different guests and you're able to showcase your talents in a different way. But other than that, if you don't go, make a hard left and do something crazy, your numbers probably aren't going to go up quick over time. You know what I mean? Like right away.
But this the thing as well,
not
though.
the overnight success.
This is the thing as well. People don't pay attention to analytics. I watch analytics. I watch the big channels numbers. I watch the small channels numbers. Numbers are down across the board. You see in channels with multiple million subscribers barely cracking 100,000 a video. That don't even make sense. Even if you get a fraction of your fan base, you should at least be 500,000 to 1 million per video. So just having a large amount of followers doesn't necessarily equal views, because I'll see a smaller channel with not even 20,000 subscribers and they'll hit the same views as a channel who got multiple million subscribers. So now you're fighting algorithms. They suppress the viewership, or they suppress the what's the damn word I'm looking for? The visibility of your videos to your followers. The way Instagram only shows your post to 10% of your subscribers until you pay for the post to get boosted to be shown to more. And then the more money you pay, the more visibility you got. I believe YouTube is sort of the same way, because they push certain content. And at the end of the day, the onus is on the creators. Podcasts turn into like music. How many podcasts are there in existence? How many episodes are uploaded a day? How many people are actually looking at those numbers? And then you got to sit back and say, well, what am I doing to stand out? Everybody's in front of a microphone. Everybody more or less talking about the same content. It don't matter what space you in. Everybody's going to be talking about the same thing. The thing that's going to separate you is your presentation, your personality, and your delivery. Because people want to come to people they like for the content they like. They can go anywhere for music, but some people like The Breakfast Club. Some people like $1 million worth of game. Why? They like the people on the cast. So that's what I think about when I look at it like, damn, the views ain't going up. What are we doing to become more likable to the subscribers or to the people and make them want to subscribe? It's like when you jump on live and people like, damn, man, y'all cool as fuck. I'm subscribing just off that. They don't even know what content you do. They're like, I just fell in here and, man, I rock with y'all. So I think like,
yeah, and you got to factor in, I think, outside of the podcast realm, when you look at YouTube and what they push, a lot of it is like how-to videos or a certain niche type of content. People traveling, I'm going to stay in a coffin underground for Mr. B shit for 24 hours and see what it does. I'm going to fast for 12 days. These things that you might think are random, that a lot of people tune into, driving through ghost towns. It's a lot of weird things on YouTube that outside of the realm of podcasting that get thousands and thousands of millions of views. So I also think if you maybe just look within the realm of podcasting, the numbers that people are getting, once you start to compare, your numbers aren't as low as you think, if that makes sense, because within our universe, people aren't cracking, like you said, 1 million views a video. It's like 50,000, 100,000. So are people really doing as bad as they think they are within our realm? I don't know.
It's like, how much work are you putting in? Flacco releasing like 5 videos a day, and they all doing like at least 40K. But shit, I go to bed, wake up to take a piss. Flacco just uploaded another video at midnight. You wake up in the morning, 6 in the morning, he got a video out. His channel's putting 1 video out a week, and they like, man, this shit ain't working. No, nigga, you're not putting in enough work. Like, you're in competition at the same time, because this guy's doing the same content as you. If he's pumping out more content consistently, the algorithm gonna push him more. Then you, once a week, it's like, you ain't really gonna be catching no tracks, especially if you're new. If you're somebody like a Joe Rogan or a Joe Budden or something, you can afford to do that.
Yeah.
You got sponsors, you got machines behind you, got money behind you. But coming up through the grind is like, nigga, you got to outwork them niggas up there.
I think it's work. And I think it's honestly, people might not want to admit it as hard workers as we are. It's luck too. Because in timing and in the universe working for you, like it sucks because some people could work just as hard as us or harder and not get the same amount of views. So it's like, that's why I'm like, it's tough to say you're not maybe doing enough or your system isn't correct or the algorithm, which all those things can factor in. But a big part of it too is somehow, some way, the universe just gave us a platform that even though we worked for it and we put ourselves out there to, be open to it, the shit worked. It don't work for everybody who puts in the same amount of work or more work all the time. So I think luck factors into it as well.
What's up with old girl? I ain't heard about her in a minute. What was the Hawk Tour female?
Oh, she
Hold
done.
on, right before because I forgot to click this and it'll be.
She done.
She's here today. Gone
She's
tomorrow?
cooked. Yeah. She did the little meme coin and that was it. Got her bread and
whoop they feet.
she probably fighting a case to keep it 100 on the low for that shit.
I mean, yeah, because it's like she was here today, gone tomorrow. Carisha's show was cracking, won awards, here today, gone tomorrow.
I think
T.I. had a show.
I think she fell back based off all the shit going on.
She had no choice.
Nah,
because a lot of people did like her show.
Nah, because even before she fell back, she was only releasing like once every couple weeks.
Girl, yeah, true.
She wasn't just dropping hella episodes.
Yeah, not every day, but them one episodes a week was doing low.
Nah, it was like once every couple weeks.
They was doing numbers. They was.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. She had heavy hitting guests every time. It wasn't her just making content every week. It was like, we got Kevin Gates, we got this person, we got that person. Then what we talking about is crazy. He in here talking about he like his girl to get fucked on tape. And it was like shit like that. That's why it's like, I don't look at those numbers and compare it to somebody who's doing what they're doing every single day.
And most of those podcasts, what people don't understand is it's a business. So these people have talent agencies, right? They have a manager. They have a team of people that go out and have industry connects that reach out to people. They have the contacts of Kevin Gates' agent or Kevin Gates' assistant, Kevin Gates' manager, so that they can reach out through that formal, business contact and then get the interview. Whereas in smaller platforms, we got to shoot a DM to the Instagram or we got to shoot a DM to somebody maybe that we know.
Hope they see it.
Yeah, we don't necessarily have those business contacts of people that you don't even know, but they work for the industry. So a lot of those podcasts have that as well.
Yeah, I agree to that. You don't really, that's why I think you shouldn't even just be, that's what I mean, just even trying to compare your stuff. Just grind and focus on what you're doing. And I was just talking about that because we always focus on other stuff or we comparing it. When comparison is a killer to all joy, you're comparing somebody else's numbers, don't know how long they've been grinding, don't know about their 10,000 hours. You don't really know too much about the back work and a mindset that goes behind what you're doing. So I'm just like, a lot of that is like you said, the contacts up there, you shouldn't even be thinking about that yet. Stay on the level you want, keep climbing because they're in an industry that's full of people that they know. Or they can call them like you call one of your homies on the episode.
How I feel about the Kid Cudi pulled up in the crop leather jacket.
Oh, yeah, we got Okay, we got some updates. Kid Cudi went and he testified. But it didn't go the way people thought it would go. He low-key threw more dirt on Cassie than Diddy or equal dirt. He said Cassie was manipulative. He said she was cheating on him with Diddy. He did confirm Diddy showed up at his crib, threw a Molotov cocktail through his Porsche, and Kid Cudi ran out to see what's going on. He said Diddy was just standing there like the Joker, like some type of Marvel superhero, and was having a normal conversation. He's like, man, what's going on? He said, man, you know that was my girl. Me and you supposed to be cool. He said, I thought y'all broke up. That's what she told me. Mm-hmm. Like Diddy, like, oh, let's go have a drink. Like, bro, what about my Porsche? He said, Diddy said, what you talking about? So it's like Diddy was on some other ish. They said he broke in the house,
hurt his dog,
confined his dog. He said he put the dog in the bathroom.
Put his dog in the crate in the bathroom or something like that. But what I got out of this was
it was a female being
super manipulative and not a victim.
playing both sides, and that's probably why Diddy wasn't tripping. Diddy probably had in his head, if he admit to it, I'm gonna stall him out. But if he don't, I'm on his ass. But and it come to find out, like you said, these bitches playing both sides. And it's.
I'm gonna be honest. Before Kid Cudi came out there, those was just rumors. Like I didn't actually think, there's a lot of shit circulating about Diddy, but I didn't actually think he was doing some of these things. Now that the case is here and we're getting, some insider scoops on what's going on in the trial, yeah, it points to Cassie being manipulative, but we can't graze over somebody throwing a mocktail or whatever the fuck that is in somebody's car.
Molotov cocktail.
But it's
breaking in somebody's.
It's still allegedly though, because what if I had somebody with me that did it and I was just standing there after the aftermath?
True, but that would still be you, like that'd be you conspiring, or working with somebody for them to do it for you.
Okay, so here's pictures of the Porsche, and when I hear Molotov cocktail thrown in a Porsche, I'm thinking the Porsche got completely burned down to the ground. So if y'all look, it just looks like it was like burns on the door, burns on the seat. It looks like he had a rag top, a hole burned through the rag top. It doesn't look like the car was engulfed in the flames.
And that's what's fucked up, because when you have an imagination, you picture it in your head. It's like reading a book. And you could come up with any images and stuff that you want. You think about a car on fire about to blow up like a movie.
Mm-hmm. So,
he bombed my car with a cocktail. Now you think it's something, a big explosion on some GTA shit when a car catch on fire, explode, and some other shit.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
My question to y'all though is, even if not, what does it take away from the action of trying to blow somebody's vehicle up?
I mean,
over a girl.
I mean, we see worse over women. Niggas get smoked over their women.
But the niggas who smoke end up getting in trouble. They don't get a lot of the. So that's what I'm saying.
It's not about getting in trouble. It's about me not judging the situation. Like if it's my girl and I fuck with you and that's my girl, and you catch you back there fucking her, then at that point, yeah, it's not really.
I mean, I wouldn't go and bomb your shit. I could understand him, even though I wouldn't go and beat no bitch's ass. I could understand that, but going to harm the dude or his belongings, breaking into his crib,
it's different.
That's
it's
crazy.
Different. This is what I'm gonna say: is you don't go after the man if the man doesn't know that that's your bitch. But if it's a nigga you know and fuck with, and he go fuck your bitch, he's saying fuck you at the end of the day. In my opinion, I don't know.
I'm gonna say if you know him. That's what
I mean.
If he doesn't know you, y'all don't have a relationship, he doesn't owe you nothing. But the way Diddy was saying, man, you knew that was my girl, me and you were supposed to be cool, he's looking at it like you just double-crossed me as a friend. Now, I don't know Kid Cudi and Diddy's relationship, how close they was, how locked in they was. I don't know. But I'm not gonna give Diddy a pass on going to throw a Molotov cocktail through a nigga car because he fucked your bitch either, though. Because you a millionaire, multi-millionaire, you got multiple women. It's on record. Everybody know you got multiple women. You having free calls. You flying in prostitutes. You doing this. You doing that. There's no way you go do what he did over Cassie or any female on planet Earth. You don't do that unless I could see it like this was your right hand man. He knocked your wife down, or this was your girl that he knew was off limits, and they was having some type of relation behind your back. But just some industry throw around. It's like, nah, on top of that, you got her fucking other guys.
But you said the industry throw around. Nigga been dealing with her for over 10 years.
Yeah, but you're flying in guys to fuck her so you can watch.
He a freak.
So how,
freaky nigga.
But how mad could you be though?
Yeah.
If somebody else is fucking your girl, you're already authorizing other guys to fuck your girl.
So y'all said it's about power. If he's only cool with it if he's authorizing it.
Yeah, I agree with that. But it's just like, nah, that's a no-go, bro. That's like almost like the Rod Wave situation. Shooting up his girl car. We'll get to that later. But as far as going in his house, moving his security cameras around, caging his dog, I think he took some of his belongings, or this is the list. Now, mind you, there's no video footage of him in the house doing all these things.
Allegedly.
So it's still low-key alleged. The car is burned up. Where's the video of Diddy himself throwing a cocktail in the car? Because at this point, it's Kid Cudi's word against Diddy's
be
word.
Saying all this, Kid Cudi could have did his own shit.
Possible.
Just blamed it on Diddy for having the reputation he got.
That could have been an insurance type of fraud thing. Like, man, I don't want to pay for this damn Porsche. I'm about to get Molotov cocktail, get this paid off, say Diddy did it in the fit of rage. Who knows? But unless we got video footage To me, it's still hearsay.
Because it's still no different. Like, niggas, we ready to crucify him. It's no different. Why Kid Cudi done been say this a long time ago? Like, since he been getting these allegations or since he been getting blackballed, everybody is coming out with these stories now. Before, the same way niggas talking about why Cassie didn't come out and say nothing a long time ago. It's no different from these niggas that's coming to snitch on Cuz. Should have kept it in the streets with Diddy and squabbled his ass up if that was the case. If you was that mad, nigga want to go in court and snitch on the nigga.
But again, I don't think Kid Cudi is that kind of guy.
Man,
I think
it don't matter. He's a grown-ass man.
You didn't think Diddy was that kind of guy.
I think that's
y'all
why
quick to put the allegations
Nah, we
on
not
him.
giving Cudi no pass. We not saying you got to be a street nigga or no gangster, nothing. No, you're a man. If another man shows up at your house
Invades
and you're not going to defend yourself, at the minimum, I'm guessing you would have went to the authorities. You're not some battered woman in a relationship that's scared for her life. No, Kid Cudi, a grown-ass man who never said a word about this until a case popped up, and now we got all these stars being interviewed. So it's like, what motive do you have or what powers to be is pressing your line? Because it wasn't that big of a deal if you didn't say nothing about it or do nothing about it when it happened. So it couldn't have been that big of a deal.
I don't know. I don't want to defend Kid Cudi because I can see how I don't want to defend anybody really in this situation because to me, the more I listen to the case, the more I see Cassie's not a victim, but also some of the shit that Diddy's done or that he's alleged to have done, it's like, I can't really get behind it either. So we'll just have to see. For me personally, I'm at a point where I can't put nothing past Diddy. I can't put nothing past Cassie. I think they were in a tumultuous relationship where the lines were blurred on both ends. She did manipulative things. He did manipulative things. And I think maybe at some point in time, his money, power, his attitude got in the way. And maybe he did certain things that he wasn't proud of. And now he is where he is. But I don't think that he's 100% a bad guy. I don't think she's 100% a bad girl. I just think that they were in a tumultuous relationship that unfortunately now is because of that video dropped in the lawsuit, it's here for everybody to see.
I mean, it's just crazy. It ain't nothing for me to try to defend Diddy. It's just about seeing things from every point of view and understanding why things could be what they could be. But it's like it's so easy for people to come up with opinions and have certain facts in their mind about a person that they wouldn't have had a few years ago before the smear campaign came in. Niggas is going based off of nothing. No right. Video footage, no nothing. The media poisoned your ears and people ran with that like, damn, I do see he could do that because it is kind of freaky. Then you start bringing up all these old videos and things like that and they like, man, first Diddy was just a motherfucking music mogul genius to people. He was dropping shit on tracks. He was helping people get money, getting all these Ciroc business deals, Diddy a billionaire, all these other things that was going on. People would love to work with Diddy. And I guarantee half the people, he might not fuck with it, but if he was to get out of this, they'll still go fuck with him, still be back at club parties. There's no way in the world. It's parties that have been going on since the 90s and nobody has nothing else to say about Cub. Like y'all was that terrified of this nigga in the industry.
Right. And I'm the same as you. I'm not defending him and I'm not crucifying him. I'm just taking the facts as I see it and then I'm analyzing the evidence because most of the evidence ain't even factual. It's still hearsay. It's nothing I've seen that was super solid. It was a rumor he blew the car up. Now look at the car not even blown up. It is damaged. It is burns on it. But where's the evidence that he did it? Because how many guys who done got into it with a female, she done slashed his tires, slashed his seats, busted out his windshield. He called the cops. Hey, man, this bitch just fucked my entire car up. Well, you got any evidence, any video? Nah, man, I just watched her do it. I'm sorry, sir, nothing we could do about it. But now that it's Diddy and Kid Cudi, all of a sudden, all he need is his word. It's like, we already got to start looking at these things.
And then a lot of these niggas in the industry you can't put nothing past none of them. So it's like, ain't no telling what Kid Cudi would do. We just going based off of what we think because his name hasn't been nowhere in the media, but Cub for sure was in them freak offs.
Well, let's look at the case. Let's look at what he's really charged of, right? Like, unfortunately, the sex trafficking thing, it has nothing to do with Cassie. It has to do with the dudes that he had brought over to fuck her.
So the escort?
So yeah, so that in itself that doesn't look good for him. Now, that doesn't mean it was something to conspire and force her to do whatever, but if he brought those people there against his will and anything and any time in that moment, there was stuff that transpired that was unwanted, then
yeah, but none of them,
point for that.
None of them dudes came against their will.
And, and what's even crazy to say sex trafficking when escort is a legit business where they pay for your work. And then it's like she helped get a lot of them and was still willingly, they all was voluntarily even accepting the money and doing it.
I think it was her card that was actually swiping.
I'm saying the same way the dude came out and said he came in there, did what he did to her. She left, came back, and then tipped that nigga an extra $1,500. That don't sound like nobody that's really worrying about what's going on in a sense. But this is what I tell y'all. I spoke on this before about what they do when you fight cases. And I don't know, like you said, it's crazy that he got a RICO with one person, and now they're trying to stretch him. They trump a gang of charges on you.
Right.
They throw charge after charge after charge, even though they know maybe 6 or 7 out of 10 are not going to stick. But when they drop these, they make you think, okay, maybe you fighting 300 years and we drop 7 of them and you take this deal for 10. Anybody, for most people in their right mind, it's like, damn, do I want to go to trial and risk the 300 or do I want to take the 10 years? I'm not saying that's going on solely in his case, but this is what the court system does to get people to fold in court.
Do y'all see him getting convicted of anything at all?
I think
as of right now, it looking like he's beaten most of the charges. They have not proved nothing other than he had freak offs. Even if we want to say the sex trafficking, let's be honest. It's like, I know by law, by definition, the Mann Act of 1910, it's sex trafficking. But in reality, that's not sex trafficking. He called grown men to come to a party to fuck a willing participant who was picking out the men. One of the porn stars, I forget his name. I think his name was like the Punisher or something. He gave a statement saying he didn't even know who it was who hired him at first. He said he didn't figure out it was Diddy until like later on. And he was like, what the fuck? I'm a fan of this dude. He said, once I figured out that was Diddy in the corner with the mask on, he was like, I follow this nigga on Instagram. And he was saying like the first couple times, I couldn't even finish because it was boggling my mind that the guy I look up to and is a fan of just hired me to come fuck his girl while he watches me. So he said he did it about 10 or 10 times. He like, yeah, by the 5th time I was coasting, but the first couple of times I was weirded out. But he willingly came. He didn't get trafficked. He didn't get fucking, they didn't put no fucking sleeping gas on him or nothing and knocked him out and he pop up in the room, yeah, fuck her or you die. No, the nigga got it, he got a bag and he performed. So with that, I'm not seeing that. The drug shit, they ain't even showed that.
I just think
because he was supplying the parties with the drugs and they was trying to say like he was trafficking the drugs. Where's the evidence for that?
I just think they wanted him so bad in a situation to put him. The situation that he's in, I don't necessarily see him get all the way off. Now it's possible, but it's like they pulling out all the guns on him. They're going to get all the witnesses they can find. They're going to get so many different people and then you got all these people on the internet that's justifying it. It's like, man, they can't let the type of person he is. We know he'll act a fool if they let him just walk.
If Cassie's the star witness, like they saying, if she's the star witness,
she didn't have much.
She's not even credible at this point. And she's the star witness because the star witness that they had and they thought was the ace in the hole, they can't find. So as of right now, Cassie's the star witness. Now they thirsty getting anybody who was at the party. I think Lauren London gonna have to testify. She was best friends with Cassie.
I think they were saying she ain't even got to. I don't think they didn't even call her up.
I just saw some shit that said she gotta come. Not she didn't come yet, but she is set to testify. Basically, they're gonna get any high profile name that they know was at the party who was possibly involved with doing something to see if they can get anything to stick. Because as of right now, nothing Cassie said is gonna make none of this stick.
So y'all think they're gonna go pull the Obamas up?
I heard Michelle's name was thrown in there.
Yeah, Obama,
I can't confirm.
Obama on video with Diddy talking all that crazy shit about sweating and shit.
I doubt that. I doubt
that. Get the politicians.
Nah, they ain't gonna get that.
You bring Obama.
That's ugly.
That's a make or break for you. If he come in there, whatever he say, that's what niggas gonna
Obama gonna go in there and thug it out live for Diddy.
Yeah, I know it's gonna sound like I'm defending Diddy. I'm really not.
No,
I'm just
I don't
saying the
think so. I
charges
think-
that they have and the evidence they presented does not align with the charges that they have. All we've heard for the past week was different ways Cassie's got fucked. Different ways she's manipulated and not been a victim. She wasn't a victim on the sex tapes. Come to find out, she wasn't even a victim with the Kid Cudi shit. She was cheating on that nigga. So she was cheating on Cudi with Diddy. She was cheating on her now husband with Diddy. It's a pattern.
Or was she cheating on Diddy?
No, she was cheating on Cudi. I mean, she was cheating on Cudi with Diddy. Because her and Cudi was supposed to be in a relationship. That's why he said when Diddy showed up, he said, I thought y'all were broken up. That's what she said. That's when Diddy's like, oh, all right. No harm, no foul.
No, I'm saying, so Cudi thought Diddy was broken up with her, right?
Yes. He thought him and Cassie was in a relationship. Cudi thought him and Cassie were together. She was cheating on him with Diddy. Her husband now thought they was locked in. Apparently they were. He still married her, but she was still cheating with Diddy. Every guy that she went to, she still went back to Diddy.
No, I'm saying, that's why I thought Diddy had her first before both of them. And she went out on Diddy. That's why Diddy showed up over there in the same way that Diddy was FaceTiming the trainer nigga.
I mean, I think I don't know. I don't know.
It was like on and off.
Yeah,
so she was the side thing. She would go get a real relationship, but the whole time she's still dealing with Diddy. So it's like you got
toxic.
a bitch.
Yeah.
And y'all locked in, but you're not wifing her. So she like, I'm gonna go find better. Then she go get a little situation, but then she's still hitting you and still showing up to the freak off.
Yeah. I mean, I think they was both. They like I said, I don't think
They had like
neither
an
of them-
open relationship.
Yeah, I don't think neither of them was like to one another. I think he did what he did. She did what she did. They was both, like you said, she was manipulating niggas, probably doing shit to get him jealous, and then he was falling for it, and then vice versa, and a whole bunch of messy shit. And then I think, like I said, it's just some shit that probably should have stayed on a low key, but she went and filed a lawsuit, and now their dirty laundry is being aired for the world to see.
I think Diddy was behind closed doors, like, you my bitch, telling her all about the moon and stars and the shine and all that. And he was keeping her locked in, like, bitch, you I'm gonna do what I want to do because I'm Diddy, but
you gotta stay here.
You my bitch. Type
Probably,
shit.
it probably was that.
Probably on some psycho shit. How you be seeing on them snapped and all that. Like,
Okay, but we'll keep updates on the Diddy case and see how it goes. As of right now, it's not looking good for the prosecutors, to me, in my opinion. There's no evidence to show any of the drug trafficking or none of the major charges that they got on him. I mean, they showed pictures of them when they went in his home, and he had 1,000 bottles of Astroglide and baby oil. He had lube. He had sex toys. He had a bunch of things it looked like to watch footage on. I didn't see nothing illegal. Astroglide's not illegal. Lube's not illegal. Sex toys are not illegal. And having
1,000 bottles of Diddy oil.
having equipment to watch videos on isn't illegal. And having the sex tape isn't illegal. If all parties is cool with it, which from the sex tapes that they watched, everybody knew they was being filmed. So I'm just waiting on some concrete evidence to show like, oh yeah, keep that nigga in there. I just have not seen it yet. So I'm not going to join in on the hate train and just be like, oh yeah, lock him up because Kid Cudi said his car was fucked up. I got to see Cud throwing a cocktail at Cud car. There ain't no grown man in his right mind finna show up at my house, fuck my dog. Nigga, you're in my house. Lock my dog in the bathroom, fuck my car up, and the only thing I can say is, what the fuck?
No, and then I say, hey, let's go get a drink. Let's go get a drink. Nigga. He probably really went and got a drink too.
Yeah, Cudi on goofy time. What's up with this Tory Lanez update though, man? It seemed like every day something come out. So I guess there was an official affidavit from the bodyguard saying that Kelsey Harris confessed to firing 3 shots into the air during the altercation. Tory then tried to de-escalate the situation by pushing her hand down, causing 2 more shots to fire accidentally at the ground towards Meg's foot. Now they're saying there's groundbreaking evidence from a Ring camera showing the whole thing, showing Tory never had the gun, never fired the gun. This story is actually factual. The prints on the gun are not Tory's. He has no prints on the gun. He had no gunpowder on his body as if he fired or nothing. And they left out, they did not even try to fingerprint everybody that was there. They kind of like just left that out.
They only did Tory, but it was 3 different DNAs on that shit.
But his wasn't even on that motherfucker. He just like kind of like, oh my bad.
No.
He kind of like slapped the gun down, trying like, what you doing? And he just didn't rap. And it lines up with what the story dude said about the text message. He said, man, I just was trying to protect 2 black women. But he can't tell because people like, why would he take the rap for a female he just met? Bro, he was fucking them both. And he's in the rap game. If he tells on a female's career's done. He don't think he finna really go to jail over this.
Yeah.
Right, knowing you didn't do it. So
I don't know how much longer we have until the footage is dropped, but if they got it, they got to drop it. Because if they don't, he's cooked. He's staying in there. You know, that's it. To me, this is his. If they have the footage, he should get out 110,000%.
Oh, okay. So
there's more information.
Okay, so this is footage from inside someone's home.
The ring, right?
You got
that. No, it's not the ring outside. It looks like this is footage from inside someone's home. So what they're saying is, I'm gonna put it on the audio for y'all in a second. So it says this claim matches the ring camera audio from the night of the incident. So they have a camera inside a home. The audio matches the ring camera's audio. There's 3 shots, a pause, and 2 more shots. So in the testimony, there's 3 shots in the air. Tory slaps the gun, and there's 2 more shots. There's no dance, bitch. None of that's heard. Yeah, nothing.
They some bullshit for the dance.
Like a fucking, like it's some type of movie.
What was the old movies, the old westerns? How
yeah.
Niggas feet dance, bitch.
Motherfucker sitting there like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Or a mob movie or something. These niggas is crazy with the dance. That's when I didn't believe it. But even just that, I think he should get out regardless with the footage or not. The evidence, you got to be beyond reasonable doubt. All it was her word versus his, and it wasn't enough. They was already saying even before with the glass and all that other shit. So then you don't test everybody for DNA particles and all that other stuff. So it's like, it makes no sense. We know he got railroaded. And why did he have to get stabbed up?
Oh, we're going to get into that next.
I'm saying, why did he have to get stabbed up for them to go find this type of evidence? This type of shit should have been detailed and thoroughly brought out when he was going to court.
Okay, so hold on, if y'all can hear it. Yeah, so if you heard that, I'm gonna play it one more time. So that's the exact story that they gave, and the audio matches exactly. It's 3 shots, a pause, and then it's 2 more shots. His DNA is not on a gun, no gunpowder on his person, no nothing. And the reason all of this is low-key coming out now, and it lines up with the stabbing, is Wack 100 came out to say Tory and his team found all of this out, like all of the evidence that they suppressed, and he has about $1 billion lawsuit lined up. So that would explain him almost being whacked, allegedly.
Basically saying it was a hit.
Basically saying, alluded to, it was a hit. It wasn't a random thing, no disrespect over no woman. He got a crazy lawsuit that's gonna have a crazy payout. Rather than pay him out, it's easier to make him disappear, especially in jail. You can blame it on anything.
Right, but even if that's the case, his lawyers and stuff, they still failed him at the end of the day because you should have had all of that evidence before. And it wasn't like he was fighting his case from in there. He was fighting from the streets. How would you not do enough detail to get that information? And that's against the courts too. That should automatically be overturned in a sense. But it's so crazy nowadays. I'm not gonna go too far off, but it's like, what now? He got stabbed, and now y'all automatically come with these videos, and we know how crazy AI get because you don't even see nothing in that video. Just because I hear some shots, I don't hear no commotion, I don't hear no people. Only thing I just hear is the shots clear as day.
I think you know it's fucked up and as serious as the situation is. The shit is a game where it's like, at what point in time do you think they would have? Majority of people would have had sympathy for Tory Lanez. So I think they may have had the information and just been waiting for the right time to you know, give it to the public, because I think you got to play your cards in a certain way where, okay, if he's doing good, he's doing well, he's in jail, popping his shit, making albums, and then we put this out, maybe we don't get a big enough push, you know, to put this Tory, you know, get an affidavit. Maybe we don't get fans, signing a petition. Maybe we don't get all of these things if that doesn't happen. So it sucks that he had to get stabbed, but I think that the stabbing unintentionally helped his chances because it gave people sympathy that they did not have before.
This is what the Me Too movement built.
But this is my point. If they had that information before, he never goes to jail. He beats the case. All this circumstantial evidence that you have now is what you prepare and get a legal team for.
Mm-hmm.
But he get all that.
No, they didn't have all the info before. Is what he's saying is they suppressed it. No, he's saying that they suppressed it. And you know how you're supposed to come with all the evidence and give it to the other side so y'all can cross-examine. He's saying they purposely held information out that they're just now finding out the info exists. So during the trial, they didn't know.
Tory said that he wanted to. He stated that his team was incompetent. So he has stated multiple times that he felt like they weren't the right team for him.
Yeah, because it says the gun has 4 DNA profiles, 2 male, 2 female. The main contributor, 90% of the DNA was not Tory's. 0 fingerprints from Tory is on the gun. 0 of Tory's DNA is on the magazine. Just a 0.1 chance of Tory DNA is on the gun, and that's probably from trying to hit it out of her hand. It said Kelsey Harris had gunshot residue on her hands, but her DNA and fingerprints were never tested. Wonder why. So out of Tory and her, she has the gunpowder on her, but they don't test her prints. They go to test Tory. So he just got railroaded all the way around the board.
Is that the sort of footage or the what you showed us right now? That's what they have though. Or
no,
more is coming.
No, she's saying the ring cam footage is coming.
Yeah.
This camera footage is from the same location, but the audio is the same as the ring cam footage. So say we in the studio, the camera in here picks up the audio, and the ring camera next door has the actual video, but the audio is exactly the same from the exact same location.
Yeah. No, because I'm saying just that alone, he's not getting out. We need to see it. At this point, we need to see it. We can want Tory to get out all we want, but again, it's a battle of teams, right? You got Rock Nation and their representation versus whoever the fuck Tory got. So if we don't have something signed, sealed, and delivered, I don't think he's getting out.
I think he's getting out.
I think he's
getting out. When you have clear evidence of, that's basically how most cases is open and shut, especially murder and attempted murder cases is with DNA. No DNA on this man. You got 4 different DNAs on here. If that's the case, then 4 other people should have been locked up with him. And I'm assuming that's what it's going to be. It's going to be Tory DNA, the 2 females, and that bodyguard that be with him. So if they saying it's 4 different people, but this is what I'm getting at. Even though y'all saying shit is suppressed, why would they release the evidence now? My whole point is they could have found this same evidence. They had the means of the team to go down these streets and find ring cameras and everything else in 2000 and whatever.
You think something was stopping them?
What I'm saying is that's why I said his legal team failed him, because the same things that they're going out and doing, your legal team, your private investigators, everything else is supposed to do the same thing. And when they go to trial, you have to know every single piece of evidence that the opposing team has. Mm-hmm. They can't just wait and just come out with new evidence. But if they did choose to, well, like you said, suppress it, why drop it now? And see, you in the worst situation. This nigga almost got murdered in jail. And you want to come out with the information now and say, hey, we fucked him up. Like, we the reason that this happened. If anything, you really would be trying to get rid of that evidence. So I'm just saying it's deeper than probably what we think, like you said, when it comes to these teams and being in the industry and everything else behind Tory, what he did leading up to all of this with the NFT stuff and everything else, him exposing it, being vocal about stuff. It's like, because who's to think that Megan Thee Stallion is this much of a mastermind to get him in a situation?
I don't think it's her at all.
Nah, no, she's just she's the face of it, the fallback on her. Like, bitch, you about to be crucified once this thing get out.
Man, free Tory, man. That's all I'm gonna say. From the evidence I see right here, just with them lying about the gun and not testing old girls' fingerprints and all of that, that's enough for me.
Supposed to be
for bro to be out. Throw that case out, period, point blank. But let's move on. Rapper Rod Wave was arrested in Georgia on 14 counts, including aggravated assault, possession of a firearm, and felony tampering with evidence. So bro got out on bond, on a $50,000 bond. Long story short, him and his girl got into it. I believe he bought her a vehicle. I don't know what they got into it over, but He shot the car up 14 times.
She probably cheated.
So y'all think is anything with this case? Because 14 charges is crazy.
14 charges.
Like, it sounds like they're doing what you said. They're trumping up charges, and then a couple will get knocked off, and hopefully we'll get you to cop out to the ones we really want you to get hit with.
Rod Wave was emotional. Either he can't control his girl, or she done cheated, or he done found some text messages. He like, I'm spending all this cash on you and everything else. He got mad, shot the car up. I bought you this car. I'm gonna tear this motherfucker up. So I just think it's a clear case of that. And this is just a clear case of people who you still get women out of your league even though you have money. And what I should say in a sense, like if you was never getting women or these type of caliber of women, you got to know why these women are dealing with you and what you're dealing with them for. Especially when you got a bag like he got. You know, he's hella emotional. He crying all his damn music, everything else. So it's like.
So was she wasn't in the car though, right?
And that's the point I was finna ask too. Like how close was she to the car?
I think they was outside the car arguing because the first article I seen, they tried to say, oh, she got hit one time. But then when I went and looked at the official statement, it looked like she wasn't in the car. It was an empty car. It was like, he mad. I bought you a car. Something happened.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
instead of fucking the car,
what if we right here
he just had the
arguing,
gun and shot the car.
You, like, fuck this car.
Yeah, like, bitch, you did what? Yeah, I'm boom, 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 boom. Because I already paid for the car, so it's low-key mine. I just destroyed it. We see people do that all the time.
I don't think you should go to jail, but it's like, what are you doing?
What type of goofy time you
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, and then if somebody hears 14 shots and decides to call the police, like, bruh.
What do you think was gonna happen?
Yeah, that's on you at that point, bro. Like, I don't know how to, like.
It's nothing to dive into.
What you think the punishment should be?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Because
like,
is it really a punishment if you go out here and shoot your car up?
Yeah, like what can happen?
First of all, yes.
Is it?
Nigga, yes, nigga. Depending on where your car is.
You think if I'm in a big ass mansion with field and stuff that I own, and I go in the backyard and shoot my car up.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe.
Yes, nigga, you can't just shoot in your backyard. It depends on where you at. Maybe if you in Texas or the deep south somewhere.
I wonder where he was at.
If you here in Cali, nigga, no, you're going to jail, bro.
He in Cali.
He might be.
He was in, I just read where it was at.
You ain't read that.
Nigga, yes, I did.
You never said where he was at.
He was in Fulton County.
Yeah,
He's in Florida.
Fulton? Yeah,
Florida.
that ain't out
or
here,
Georgia,
nigga.
or something like that.
Bro, you can't just shoot your gun and shoot your car up.
I mean, 14
in Florida.
and then given the circumstance, they might be like, like you said, they're gonna amplify the charges. But you to me, you brought that heat on yourself. You shot 14 times wherever the fuck you at. Niggas is calling the cops if they around that shit.
And he was previously arrested for possession of ammunition or a weapon in Florida last year. An arrest was made on suspicion that he'd been involved in a gang-related shooting that left 4 people injured. So he already got a track record with the police of being reckless with firearms, whether he did it or not. That does come into effect. Like, oh, this nigga again?
Yeah,
especially if you got off and we wanted to nail you. Okay, yeah, give him 14 charges. One of them finna stick.
Take a deep breath, man. I know that sounds very cliche. But
I don't even
really
know how
worth
that even comes up to 14 charges.
Oh,
really
it said
worth
it struck several cars and
Okay.
a wall in the home.
Yeah, so then it's over with. Like because that's somebody else's property. That's you possibly
I'm
putting other
they
people
talking about
at.
his own house.
Or yeah, are they? Because I'm like, if it's other people's cars on the block, then that's possibly putting other people at
It
risk.
said the arrest was connected to an incident that took place on April 21st when the rapper returned to his home following a burglary. At his residence, an argument ensued and a pistol was fired 14 times, striking several cars and a wall in the home.
So a burglary happened at his house.
He probably blaming her.
He blaming her.
you was the
Bitch,
only
you set
one
me up. I'm finna light this whole shit up.
Yeah, he blaming her.
Bitch, you was the only one here.
Yeah. So okay, but still, you
shouldn't have took. You shouldn't have handled it that way.
You shouldn't have shot it. You should. There's something else, but yeah, shooting the shots is. I'm not gonna say it's crazy, but you should have known at that point. Police probably getting called.
So this is like a toxic relationship. It looks like because in 2022. He was arrested and charged with battery by strangulation in Florida, accused of choking his ex-girlfriend while their 2 children were inside the home. So bro got a history of going through it with women.
That's the theme of this. That's the theme of this episode. Every single case we done talked about has been a toxic relationship. If you really sit think about it, Diddy, Cassie, toxic. Megan, Tory, toxic. Rod Wave and whoever he with, toxic.
Yeah, Megan and Tory, I think that was just some jealousy shit.
Like. I mean, yeah, it could have been, but he
fucking both the bitches. You know what I mean? Megan could have kept it P and kept it, just left it alone.
Because originally I was on his bumper like this nigga's a goofy, over emotional, this, that, and the third. But if it's following a burglary and he got some type of intel that, bitch, you line me up. Okay, it's a little different
Maybe
now.
he tried to scare her. I don't know. You know, like maybe that was his intent. Like
That's still goofy time.
it is.
No, that's
but
still good. Only way I see if somebody was there. And he's shooting at them.
Yeah, it don't matter if he came back and she did that. He should just, like I tell people,
get the fuck out of my house. Really,
yeah,
and be gone.
but move in silence. I ain't gonna say too much, but nigga, you niggas got paper. I don't understand how y'all gotta keep thinking y'all gotta get your hands dirty.
It's crazy, huh? But that them emotions, I feel like in the moment, you know, it takes over. And
He would have had justifiable reason to pull in a Diddy then. Cassie, Diddy did it for less.
Yeah. I come home, my house
Nigga, flock my house.
turned upside down. Yeah, I could
Fuck
understand
that
it.
bitch.
Like if you want to destroy the car, that's the time you throw the Molotov cocktail through.
Yeah, I'm not even destroying the car. Nigga, I bought this. Give me my shit.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, get the
For
matter
me.
of fact, leave. I'm gonna do you just like what Nino Brown, cancel that bitch. I'll buy me another. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but you gotta look at the type of dude Rod Wave is.
And
I mean,
that's
he's
all I'm
telling the
saying.
truth in his music. Every song he crying, he down bad.
Yeah, but I understand that, but it's just like something gotta change.
Yeah, niggas.
I mean, what could change? What is your advice, nigga?
It's tough because it's like on one end, don't be so emotional, right? On the other end, you could say stop fucking with these certain type of bitches. It's like nothing changes niggas until they hit rock bottom. If we really gonna keep it 100.
I just understand. Just gotta be smarter, man. He gotta be smarter. Stop trusting these bitches, leaving them at your house. You know you got hella stuff there, or you thinking you super in love with somebody. Like if you damn near doomed if you ain't meet these women before you have the money. And just ask yourself, was you getting these same type of women? That's the thing. Niggas deal with women that they like versus women that like them. And then you're mad when these type of situations happen. Women are conniving, they'll set you up, they'll do a lot of different stuff. I'm not even gonna say women, I'm gonna say these bitches that do that. Because you get you a real woman, she'll hold the fort down and do everything else to a T. But you out here getting money, she know you on the road. Like, nigga, come tear this motherfucker up. He ain't dropping enough on me anyway.
I know you on the time slot, so you can bounce whenever you got to. So enough with the celebrity talk. Let's get back in our bag, man. Let's get back in our high power bag. We ain't had no high power topics for a minute. We've been floating with this celebrity stuff going on. You got the rap battles going on. You got this case going on. You got this celebrity getting arrested. So it's a lot to keep the people updated because I know people love celebrity talk. But let's just talk real for a second. There's been a lot of race debates going on. It's been a lot of reparations talk going on. It's been a lot of police shootings of unarmed black people going on. And it's got me to thinking, should we stop identifying as black? Because now if I butcher this pronunciation, excuse me, civilter mortis, that is Latin for civil death, AKA meaning the loss of all or almost all civil rights by a person due to a conviction for a felony due to an act or right by the government. Basically, you lose your rights, right? So under civil mortis, however you pronounce it, if you look in the Black Laws Dictionary, black means dead. So you'll see a lot of these conspiracy videos floating around TikTok or whatever, and they'll try to suppress them, but under certain language, that like the language that the powers to be use, black literally means dead. Like you're not a real person. So that would explain how the police is always getting off of doing what they're doing to the unarmed black citizens, right? You're not even considered a real person. Then if you want to go back and take it to when we were considered less than human, right? It's always less than human. We were 1/3 of a man, like not even a full person. They didn't even count us as real people. So by us still identifying as black, we're literally saying we're not even real people in a sense.
I mean, you remember the beginning of Malcolm X, right? When they're in the jail, and then the Muslim dude shows him what black reads in the dictionary, and how it's like destitute of light, bad, evil. There's multiple things that are tied into what black is in the dictionary that enforces that negative connotation of us. I think we're at a point in time though where like I could never stop identifying as black. I could never, because for one, it's who we've been our whole life. Ups and downs, bumps and bruises, good times and bad times, right? Like our culture is not only the negatives, it's the positives. I think we have to focus more on the positives and try to reinforce that more and be more of a positive outlook. I think that I just don't see myself, because then what would we call ourselves? Just people?
Well, that's what this is where the debates of your history comes in. Because if you don't even know who you were or who we were in the beginning, we're given a different label, and that label has a certain meaning in the law, which gives you the treatment that you're getting from the law. So like, let's say if you were a Moor, right? You're not under this United States corporation jurisdiction. Like when they go to court, they rep themselves, they under a whole different law. They ain't got to ride around with licenses. Like all the shit that we got to follow, they're like emancipated from all of that. So that's why it's key to know your history and your lineage and actually who you are. And this is why we're in a battle. Are we FBA? Are we AADOS? Are we the Moors? Are we the real Jews? It's a reason our history is being suppressed, because with who you are, not only gives you right to the land that was stolen from you, that's key. You also become exempt from these bullshit laws that was made to go against you. Because by identifying as what we identify now, we're subject to being victims in that law. Because you're not even a real person at that point.
But you're not saying that.
I don't think really like you said, it's not gonna really change. Regardless if you woke up today and said I'm something else, or I'm just this race, or if I'm looking past that, other people are still gonna identify you as black. They're gonna look at you crazy, like, what is you talking about? So, and most of our people ain't gonna change that. They're not gonna go deep down and try to dive into something and recreate who we are. And who's to say, who made up and say black is what's good and what ain't? Because
the law dictionary.
I know this is what I'm saying though, but if everything was created by one source, everything is still good or bad how you identify it. Just because I see this camera is black don't mean I'm gonna say it's bad. And even the things that they taught us about black cats, they try to tell you that that's bad luck. But black cats are, in a sense, are some of the best cats. So it's a lot of things that, like you said, of knowing your history and understanding where you come from and what things are. I just think the trajectory of us as a people have to move at a higher standard to be viewed a certain way. People are always gonna look at us how they do, because they know us, how powerful we are deep down, of who we are, what our melanin represent, who we are, and the things we had to overcome. I don't think nobody else can be as resilient and strong and strength as we have been throughout years. They've been doing everything to make us extinct, and we're still here. So is black really bad in a sense?
Yeah, but see, the only reason I'm taking this towards the law, because we could feel however we feel and not care about how other people view us, but under the pretense of the law, by you identifying as black, that's civilly dead in the eyes of the law. So in the eyes of the law, you basically don't have real rights. It's like when we do the census, it literally says black. So by you self-identifying, that's almost in the sense of you giving your rights away in the eyes of the law. This is why the Moors and shit, they're so dead set on, hey, bro, you need to really learn your history and what you identifying as, because now you get different treatment under the law.
But there's no more on the census though, is there? In America.
That's all I'm saying. Even if you fill out an application, it's not going to say Moore. It's not going to say none of this other stuff. Even when I fill out job applications, sometimes I put other or something else just to see, because I know if you put black, you automatically going to be looked at a certain way. That's real shit. But what I'm saying is, regardless of what you saying on the law and all this other stuff, the law is going to look at you like you're black, and they're going to still treat you accordingly. It's not going to matter about the text of the law. People are still going to view you the way they choose to see you. And the Caucasians or whoever else are still going to view you as less than them. The same way we talk about when you get jobs and get in these spaces around people, you can have an executive like Diddy versus another music mogul, music executive. In that sense, they're not going to respect Diddy the same way they do him, or the Jew or something else. Any light you get in the police force, they're still going to look at you as an outcast. It does not matter to that extent. See, I don't care about being viewed. I'm saying legality. So by you having history tied to certain things under the pretense of the law, we would be legally owed a lot of things. Like, let's say reparations and shit like that. Once you can prove, okay, this was low-key, really our land, they really stole it, because we know they did, but they're still not admitting to it.
Okay, so under legality,
that's what I'm on. I'm not on personal viewership, because you can feel however you want to feel. But under the law that our nation is ran under, once you become identified as certain things, you're protected differently under the law. It's the same way the Jews are protected differently under the law, but they don't want you to call yourself a real Jew. You'll get Kyried. Why? Because it's power being identified as a Jew. Why? Because that shit go back biblical. Like y'all damn near God's people. So identification matters. So they trick us into not thinking it does. That shit does matter. It's a reason everybody else knows their lineage and they have power here. They got connections back to their homeland that ties in here. We're the only ones disenfranchised.
Are we the real Jews?
And that's a whole nother that's a whole nother rabbit hole we can go down. I'm not really focused on that. We can have that conversation, but that's a whole nother conversation. All I will say is you go back in the Bible anywhere, you go back to the earliest evidence of the depiction of humans, they're black.
So what should we identify as?
That's the question. That's why our hit.
Well, so
there's a lot of shit in the Vatican. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of shit in Britain in the museums that they took from the motherland that talks about our history, including the first recorded Bible that we don't have access to. And it's like, why don't we have access to that? What information is in there that we can't have access to, but you got? And you started using the shit that the people who did know about that info is like, hey, bro, you know they got this, boom, 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 boom. Oh, that's a conspiracy theory. But then you start to see them using that shit. Like they told you voodoo is bad, it's this and that. But then low key, they doing that shit.
I would have to see what would change for us depending on what we change our name to, what we identify as, right? But that's something that I'm not informed enough on. But I don't know. That sounds. I'm not saying I find it hard to believe.
It sounds too simple because even if,
because look at for instance, like we talk about trans people all the time, right? Like they identify as a certain thing, and it doesn't. I mean, it has for a certain amount of time given them a certain sort of protection until somebody came along and said, "Okay, no more." Do you get what
That's
I'm
all
saying?
I'm saying. They change laws based off that. If say you write about something, we identify as something else. The moment we do that, they change laws to go against what we identified to take away those, to take away anything that benefits us. The same way when we seen the Panthers carrying guns, and then once they started using that for the betterment of them, they found a way to make them stop being able to carry guns.
This the difference though. They have the rest of the nation backing what they're doing because the rest of the nation doesn't know the history either. So what do you think happens to the country if the rest of the nation finds out, oh shit, everything they've been saying since forever was really true? How you think they're gonna start to look at, you think they're gonna be back in that same type of movement once they figure that out? It's like you see people over there in Russia when Putin showed that, hey, you know, Jesus was really black. A lot of them started to, you see them on corners worshiping black people now. Mm-hmm. It's like white people who started to realize like, oh shit, biblically, like this does point to black people low key. They start to treat black people differently and they like, fuck, we was lied to. You start to see a lot of them jump on the bandwagon like, man, how can we help y'all? Not saying everybody would, but I think it's a reason they're suppressing it. Anything that you suppress is for a reason.
Nah, I agree with that. But like I say, I just said they know deeper. We the ones who really was connected to the internal stuff, learning all the spiritual information and things like that we presented and we taught to people. So I think they know that they have to keep that up. It's not by coincidence they want to take out Black history out of school. We already didn't have enough. And now you not even want to teach the kids nothing about their history because they make it seem like we're the ones who are the worst type of people, but they're really the worst type of people, and then they rewrite everything else, and that's what we see going on from time and time again. I'm
just saying, if you look up civil death, it literally means the status of a living person equivalent in its legal consequences to natural death. So if Black under the law means dead, you're like a walking corpse at this point, meaning you don't even have civil rights. Which would explain if you look around, what the fuck is going on with black people? It's like, damn, how they getting away with this shit?
That's deep.
It's like low key, it's legal under the law.
But
we know it's been going on, but it's time for motherfuckers to start waking up to make some. Like we could just keep saying, oh, they could just change the law.
But like you said, but you saying laws, and we saying how they be getting away with it. They've been getting away with it by force.
Yeah, but
it ain't having to bend by no laws. They doing what they want to do.
Nah, but it's not just by force because, like they say, the greatest slave is the one that thinks they're free. They took you out of the chains because once I keep you in the chains, human nature, after a while, you're gonna rebel to get out of the physical slavery.
Yeah, you in chains in your mind.
Right. So that's the greatest way to keep somebody enslaved. That's why they didn't tell you about all the slave rebellions in school. Why? Because that might spark a mind. They just want you to think you was helpless until Abraham Lincoln came along and freed your ass. They didn't tell you they freed you for business purposes. They didn't tell you slaves was putting belt to ass on plantation after plantation. All of that shit was left out. So I'm like, it's a reason they preach knowledge of self. Because if you don't have knowledge of self, you don't even know who the fuck you are. If you don't know who you are, you don't know where you're going. Yeah, you're operating in a world under an identity that's given to you.
Were they fucked up when they
from the people that's low key oppressing your ass? It's like I'm you my slave, but I'm telling you who you are. So you're gonna believe it because your reality is not what's actually going on around you. Your reality is actually whatever you believe. You are. So it's like you could be in a fucked up environment, but you could believe I'm better than this. And what's gonna happen? You're gonna do resilient things. That's going to create a reality for you to get out of that. You could be in a great, perfect environment, but you believe you're a piece of shit. So what do we see? Rich, famous people who was secretly depressed. What happened? Drug use, go crazy, suicide. They had the perfect environment. We couldn't understand why would this dude end his life? It was a thought process. He didn't believe he was what was around him. So that's all I'm saying. They got us believing we are what the fuck they telling us we are. That's stronger than the fucking law to me. It's the belief of who you are. Because that's what creates what's around you. You walking through the ghettos that they created, believing you ain't shit because they told you ain't shit. Walking around calling yourself civilly dead without even knowing it. They just sitting back laughing at niggas. Shit is deep.
Yeah, no, it is. I gotta do more research on that one.
Shit is deep.
Because that's interesting.
That's all I'm saying, people.
That's
your outside circumstances doesn't dictate who you are. It's like to say, oh, I'm a product of my environment. It's like, no, we adapt to our environments out of necessity for survival, depending on where you at. But really, you don't have to become your surroundings, especially if this is not the reality you want. Because really think about that. If I adjust to a reality and a surrounding that I don't want, I'm becoming what I don't want. Really, you should be looking at what you do want and be making the moves to become that. Because the world, like your subconscious mind creates everything. So it don't matter how much motivational shit you listen to, how many books you fucking read. If your subconscious don't believe none of that, it's not gonna never work. That's why they tell you to read books before you go to bed instead of watching TV or scrolling. Why? Because right before sleep is when the subconscious is most open to intaking new information.
You can't say it don't matter how many books you read and say read a book before you go to bed. But
no, what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is when you read the books before bed, that is going in your subconscious mind.
You gotta program your subconscious mind. But it's easier said than done because the things you do see are images of what people create in their minds. So yes, reading and everything else is part of the programming, but the things you are telling yourself is that too. So that's why they tell you to stay on positive frequencies or different things. But it's not only just that too. You need the feelings of it. You got to have that feeling of believing that you're going to outgrow that environment. Everything you said is facts, but that's why I said none of that really matters because if somebody else doesn't understand the English language and they say black, but they think black means good, that same thing that you're saying won't have a negative effect on them.
Exactly.
It only has a negative effect once you believe that this is a negative thing. So if somebody believes that black is great, too black, too strong, or I'm powerful because I'm black and this and that, that's going to become their reality also.
I agree. But then what do they show black as in society? They show you as less than. So naturally, your subconscious is being programmed to view yourself as less than. We can look at examples of that in society right now. Black women getting BBLs to look like what? Black women. The bodies you already were birthed with.
Yeah, but that goes back to the mindset, like you said. At that point, it's on you. It's on you to focus on the things you want, not the things you don't want. And that's where a lot of us go wrong, because we compare it to everything else, or we see somebody else with something, and it's never going to be enough until you are content with yourself within. It's going to be an uphill battle.
That's what
it's going to be.
I'm reading it right now. It's actually it's low-key crazy.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Because
it's
it
nuts.
talks about even property and inheritance. And you're right. When you really do look around, what do we have?
You don't own anything.
What
This
do we
is
have?
how they taking whole towns. Nigga,
Kinda
you ain't even a
crazy.
real person.
Low-key crazy.
Drop a bomb on them niggas. Them niggas already dead in the eyes of the law.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like this shit really matters for real. Because anything they're attacking, you gotta sit back and ask yourself why.
What did black people?
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good.
All of that's
That's a good one.
all of that would be is different. It depends on like the region you from, and this is why they focused on disenfranchising you, so you don't know the information. Most of us cannot even go back 3 to 4 generations right now, from your grandmother and go back 4 generations. Your grandfather go back 4 generations. We probably done that too.
It goes back to, we would have to, like he probably said, to get the real of what we identified, we probably have to go over there. It's saying Ashanti, Igbo, Yoruba, African tribes. That's what we identified as.
Yeah, it would be what tribe
you were
know
from.
what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. It's like Hispanics, they can go back. Chinese, Asian, Vietnamese, Indians, they all can go back. We're the only ones confused. This is why we're creating so much shit, because we're trying to create something to identify as. I'm FBA, I'm this, I'm that. It's like we just making up shit, but we don't really know for real. Why? Because the information is being suppressed. So information is key. Knowledge is key. What your subconscious is ingesting is fucking key. Why the hell do you think they want your ass in school as early as possible and as long as possible? So we can put more bullshit info in your mind than positive info your parents can put in your mind. It's like you said, the subconscious, it does not know what I want or what I don't want. It just know whatever you're telling yourself. What do most people tell themselves? This is what I don't want. They think by focusing on what they don't want, they're going to navigate around it and get what they do want. No, by focusing on what you don't want, you're going to run into more shit that you don't want. Because your subconscious is going to lock that in and go, damn, this is all he thinking about. This is all she thinking about. This is what they want. Now you're just going to create situations and environments for you to get exactly what the fuck you don't want. All of this shit is deep.
Yeah, no, that's facts. Facts.
All this shit is deep, man. I'm telling you. It's a reason female be like, man, I keep running into the same guy. Yeah, all you think about is, I don't want this guy. Oh, damn, this the guy she want. Everywhere you go, you meeting that nigga.
Or they look for all the red flags in the nigga.
That too.
So you deal with a man, or you think it's too good to be true. Oh, he's too nice. Like I seen that video of that girl that went through the man phone. She told me where the bitches at. She was mad the nigga was faithful. Lost her damn mind. Then it's like, when you deal with a woman, they be like, oh, I've just been through things. But they equate they past relationships to their new relationships and then recycle the same experience and then prove themselves right of what they was really wrong about. Because that might have been a good nigga, but you looked for certain signs that created a certain action in you that made him react a certain way. And then that shit is way deeper, and you just recycled the same experience. That's why they be like, oh, I deal with the same nigga in different bodies. Like
perception. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I'm telling y'all got to start paying attention to what's going on, man. To change the outer, you got to change the inner. You can't change the outer without changing the inner. Nothing's going to change outside of you until you change what's inside of you, because what's inside of you creates what's outside of you. Programming is real. I don't give a fuck if you want to vote till you're blue in the face. Nigga, your reality ain't fucking changing until you change. And that's a fucking fact. I don't care how many seminars you go to, nothing. If you go home at night, look in the mirror and still think less of yourself, guess what? You're going to get a reality that's less than. It's to the point where I'm damn near a loner now. I can't talk to people. It's because like you talk to people, they look for the negative out of every situation. I'm finding myself literally telling people, God damn, do you ever look at the positive side of it? People be like, damn, I never even looked at it that way. It's draining to even talk to people because the first thing they want to do is complain. That's how people bond. Out of trauma, pain, and complaints. Nobody's out here bonding over how to get here except for the people that's already fucking here. Shit is real.
Yeah, that's facts.
Shit is raw. We keeping it authentic. So I'm finna get back in my high power bag, man. All that celebrity shit be having you spinning. It's conversations we need to have constantly. It's conversations we had 2 years ago that I'm seeing other platforms go viral for right now, as if somebody just said it. Like, nigga, we said this shit 2 years ago. We got to get back in our bag. People acting like they never heard this shit before. We know what's going on out here, but what I get is, it's like a kid. You got to constantly keep pumping it out. Like, you might even got to go back and do topics over and over again just to hammer that in the minds of the fucking people.
That's what they've been doing. I've been tired of talking about these damn celebrities anyway.
But it's like the convo we had when we first turned the camera on. It's okay, how do you play the algorithm? What gets you pushing the algorithm the most?
Yeah, that's
because just preaching to people, it's almost like your parents. That's how they start to view it. So you got to find an entertaining way to deliver the information or people going to tune you out. It's like your parents could have been telling you some good shit, but we all naturally buck against authority. It's like, man, who the fuck is you to be telling me anything? You think you better than? Because people start to view you like that. Oh, nigga, you think you too smart. You think you know everything. You think you better. Now they try to find chinks in your armor. That's why I like 607 Unc. I'm starting to like fuck with some of his shit because it's like, okay, this nigga low key, he found a crack in the matrix. Cuz is dropping real bars and real jewels in it. A wild, entertaining way. You think this nigga crazy? Listen to what Cuz saying in between them crazy ass rants. Like, oh, this nigga really sharp. He's not just some dumb crazy nigga on the internet.
I never thought he was always.
I think Charleston White was the same, but I think he lost himself a little bit with the fame.
607. I think he's smarter. He doesn't know a lot of shit. History and everything.
That's all I'm saying, man. Like, don't worry, we got y'all, man. We gonna get back in the high power bag because most of the core following, they come here for that. But just know, it's still entertainment. We're still hip hop heads. Still people out there that want to hear us talk music. They want the celebrity stuff. So we giving y'all everything. We told y'all they can't box us in. We're gonna touch every avenue of this shit. I wanted to go down the list of the Donald Trump bill that just passed. But if y'all not too researched up on it,
I got a shake.
No, you can get up out of here for sure.
Wait for the
I think we should say that for next.
Because I actually had a question. I actually was going to ask y'all a question of, you know, it's been a little while into his presidency, but I'll save it. Of like, where are you at? Like, what's your viewpoint of him at this point?
What y'all want to? Well, I can lock back in tomorrow. I ain't.
So
it's really up to y'all.
Yeah.
Because if not, I'm gonna come in here do a solo and throw that out there because it's a lot of information that people need to know about. Man, it's a lot of stuff going on in this bill. I'll give you a little overview of it. The Trump, the big beautiful bill. So a lot of promises that he made during his campaign, a lot of that has just been passed through the Senate. Literally, I think like a day ago, it passed by one vote. It was like 125 to 124. The biggest that most people are going to care about, no tax on tips and no tax on overtime. It's official for the next 4 years until 2028. After 2028, they got to re-vote it to get it put back up. But a key piece of information that a lot of y'all would like to know, especially black people, because y'all vote blue no matter who. Y'all identify with this Democratic bullshit for whatever reason. They voted no to each of them unanimously. So the same people who wanted to track $600 on a Venmo, if you make anything under $600 on Venmo, Zelle, they want to track to the red cent on where your money is at, but then they had no explanation on where their money was going. Luckily, Doge popped up and showed you where all that money was going. So you got to see the corruption. You can no longer call it a conspiracy theory. The Republican Party passed this unanimously. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime. Now, this does not apply for high earners. So I think it was around the 150, 160,000 a year mark. It doesn't apply to you, basically.
That should just apply to everybody. That's the only thing I don't get about when they do stuff like that.
It doesn't apply to you. And the tips has to be voluntary. So the tips can't be like, let's say you go to a restaurant and they automatically add the tip to the bill. That shit gonna get taxed. You have to be able to, like, when they give you the machine, it's gonna ask you a question. You gotta be able to click no. Because now if I want to give you a tip, I had the option to tell you no. So the tip can't just be automatically locked in. But yeah, once they get caught up and more versed on everything that's going on in the bill, we're going to break it down in full detail. Matter of fact, I'm going to come in here tomorrow and break the whole thing down. This is over 1,000-something pages of legislation. It's a whole lot in there, but we ain't going to go over the whole 1,000. We just going to go over the main things that's going to affect you directly. They even talking about canceling Medicaid, the public assisted medical assistance. Some say it's good, some say it's bad. It just all depends on what angle you're looking at it as. Because a lot of that ties into the immigration too. Because they like, well, how many illegal immigrants is getting this that my tax dollars is paying for? So that was a lot of people's reasoning for wanting to cancel it. But man, it's a lot going on right now. Donald Trump looked like he's shooting 100 for 100 at the line right now. That's all I'm saying. He said he was going to do this. He pulled it through. Now, is this the wool over your eyes? We'll see. You got any final words, man? You got any other topics? I mean, we ain't got to stop because Kylie left.
Nah.
We can cook up.
Oh, if that C4 ready to go in.
Man, we could cook up, man. Nah. It's a lot. Because it's like the content is shifting back to this. What I'm seeing around the board. And as us being leaders of this before this was even cool, I feel like it's our duty to get back into this.
Should have never left.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, leaving was a necessary evil because look where it propelled us to by circulating through the circus,
right?
And you know,
I get
in the metaverse,
yeah,
you know,
it still makes sense, but we definitely still at least a few times out the regardless of however it go.
Yeah. It's just so much going on with the music, and it's like, you know how passionate we are about music. It's easy to get caught up in the music debates because it's like, nigga, I love music too.
Ain't nothing wrong with the music for me. Ain't nothing wrong with the music, but me caring about Rod Wave shooting up a car 14 times, like, I understand they still want to hear people's opinions about it.
Yeah, because it's like you're a creator now. So you have a following, you have a movement. It was like you growing up when you was a kid. You had a favorite rapper. Like, I want to hear my rapper talking about this type of stuff. So you might not necessarily have to care about it, but the people care about your views on it. So it's like once you detach yourself from the content, it's easy to create it because like I don't have to care about it. The people care about it. I'm here low key for the people. High key, we here for the people.
Right.
Because if not, nigga, turn your camera off, sit in front of a mic and talk to yourself.
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
You know what I'm saying? No, what I'm saying is you're creating for them.
Yeah, but you also you creating for them, but you also creating what you choose to engage in. Like you said, the things you choose to focus on. And we complain about, not saying we complain, but the world complains about a lot of things that go on. We still focus on bullshit. The bullshit is gonna keep getting pounded in like steroids.
It is, but it's like law of opposites, law of polarity. Bullshit is gonna exist regardless. And people seem to take the medicine when the medicine tastes good. When it's all strictly medicine with no flavor, that shit nasty. You're gonna spit that shit out. When the medicine tastes like candy, you don't even know you're taking medicine at that point. So that's what this is. It's the medicine, it's the candy, it's the medicine in the candy, excuse me. I always flip it around. But what we can do is talk about this Jim Jones Styles P conversation. You brought that up earlier in the week and we never got to get into it. Jim Jones jumped out there and said Styles P don't want no smoke with him in the verses. Styles P came back out and this was the most vocal I ever seen Styles P. Like he went in, basically saying Jim can't do nothing with him. So what you think about it? Do you think Jim has a chance of washing Styles in the verses or Styles has a chance of washing Jim? Like what you think?
You already seen them niggas kill off Dipset. Most of that was Jada and Styles verses. So that was already a clean sweep. Jim he's not even in the same building is Styles. That Styles is the Twin Towers skyscraper compared to Jim. That nigga is nowhere near. No possible way. I don't see nothing about Jim fucking with niggas. But he says this about everybody I'm learning. Like anytime they bring up him and comparing to somebody else, he's trying to act like he has more hits because he's more inclined right now with the YNs. I just heard Styles in a car freestyling with what's the old boy name?
The Heatmakers?
Nah, he was the dude driving around from New York. He
the one with the podcast?
I don't even know if he got the podcast.
Or he the one that be in the van.
Dang,
I don't know. I didn't see it. I seen him in the car with Heatmakers.
Styles just gassed up on that. But he not fucking with Styles P. He called the Ghost for a reason, man.
The Ghost, SP the Ghost, cuz.
Be murdering niggas on tracks. And it's like I said, to have a career of dealing with the Rough Riders and just with the Locks, period. To be able to go bar for bar with Jada, because would you say the same thing about Jada Kids? Styles has never got on a track when nobody I knows, and I just say they fucked over Styles. And Jada and Styles have went to a point where I'm like, well, Jada gas, but Styles gas too. It's never really too far off. Right. I never really hear no tracks with them, and it's like, one did the other one just too dirty. So even when I think about Jada and Styles been rapping since the 90s, you got to think about you compare that to where we talk about like old school sports. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you played with the greats. Yeah. So, and he's still relevant to this day. I can't give you no real bars of Jimmy doing nothing. He might have made some good songs, but I've never heard bars where it's like, oh damn, I want to hear what Cuz got to say. Rewind that. Like, if it wasn't, if Stack and Max was here, we wouldn't even be talking about Jim still like that. And he wasn't even the hardest to me in Dipset. Juelz was the hardest to me. I ain't even gonna lie. Like when I go back to those Can't Feel My Face and stuff like that, Juelz was out rapping a lot of them niggas, and he was younger.
Yeah, Jim is not holding a candle to Styles P. I don't know where that confidence come from. I'm talking about songwriting. I'm talking about bars, metaphors, punchlines, similes, aggression, believability. Like any aspect of hip hop other than fashion, Jim's getting washed. Jim got the fashion, he got the swag, he got that. He got the cool old YN thing going, he got that.
But you know the sliders where it'd be like stamina, bar,
exactly.
99, like 97. Then you would be like, you see Jim, it'd probably be like 67, like you said, swag on 100.
Exactly, swag on 100, but the bars are like 55. Nigga, SP is like 99 across everything except the fashion.
Right.
Like, bro, I don't even think Jim has a classic album.
I'm finna say, what album do he got for Gangsta and the Gentleman?
Gangsta and the Gentleman is a classic. Then the album he had after that was was damn near a classic. It was, damn, what was the name of it? I gotta look it up. Because I had it too. It had a gang of songs on it. But Gangsta and the Gentleman is an unspoken hip-hop classic. Then we're not gonna go down the mixtape run. The mixtape run is legendary.
I'm just saying, the stuff that they had, all the stuff that they had.
Special delivery. We're gonna get some mukbang cracking.
Man.
Shout out to the chef. Shout out to the missus. She always coming through for the 1-2, the clutch. But SP the Ghost is washing Jim in any verses. I think it might be a clean sweep, nigga. I think Jim only win maybe Ballin' in Summer in Miami. Outside of that, it's over with, nigga. Like, bro, go listen to I'm Black. Styles P featuring Floetry. That is poetry in motion. The industry.
That Marsha Ambrosia.
I think it's is it Marsha or Floetry?
No, that's Marsha.
No, let me look that up. Is it? All I know is it was so powerful they blocked it. He was supposed to shoot a video for it. They blocked the video from coming out. Not only did they block the video from coming out, they made him change the damn beat because the original beat is not the same as the one that got cleared. Styles is, like you said, him and Jada invented the back and forth because you can never decide who has a better verse. In no planet is Jim standing toe to toe with Jada on any verse, on any song.
Right.
And I fuck with Jim. I think Jim aged the best out of Dipset musically. Jim got better when them niggas started getting worse. But it is because Jim started the worst. So he had the most room for improvement. But Jim is still relevant today. He's still hot today. Shout out to Jim. This ain't me just trashing Jim, but nigga, I gotta keep it real. He's not fucking with SP, bro. Like, y'all crazy. Styles may not have the commercial success. Run his discography back.
But when you start to
watching Jim,
when you put you on that stage where you got to hear lyrics, you're not fucking with him. And it's like, I think Jim knows that he wants to keep that confidence of saying that because he knows it's not going to happen. I don't think Styles going to waste his time. And then after Dipset, I mean, after y'all got cleared on that verses, you shouldn't even have spoke on Styles no more. It was no, you ain't going to mention Jada because Jada knew every verse. Y'all got to remember that too. Jada was rapping Styles verses and his. Like, so don't forget. Like,
okay, it was Marsha and Ambrosius of Floetry, so we both was right. We both was right. But nigga, that when I say powerful, that is a powerful song. Even though we just had the conversation of should we identify ourselves as black or not, definitions can transcend. You can transcend definitions. So that song right there make you proud to be this.
That's all I was saying.
That song right there.
And what you think the odds of them not letting him do that? He might as well do it over right now.
Bro, when I say that make you proud to be this, nigga, you gonna have an extra pep in your step. I don't know no Jim songs that give you that feeling. Then you got Alone in the Streets. Like, you got
Good Times.
Good Times. Like, bro, Styles' discography is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. When I think of Jim, I think of features. I think of the Bird Gang movement with him, Max, and Stack.
Bro, when I think of Jim,
Matrix.
I think of Certified Gangsters with Game. I don't really think of nothing. Like you said, you have Ballin', somewhere in Miami, but even then, you still think about Trey Songz, low-key made that song.
Yeah. Because you don't really care about the verses too much. Even though Jim did his thing.
He did, but
it's that hook, though.
Yeah.
That hook slide, nigga.
That Summertime in Miami vibe.
I remember doing the era of the church, nigga. That was my ringtone, nigga. That Summer in Miami. Like, if you ever been to Miami, that song is the epitome of Miami. It make you feel like you in Miami. So Jim definitely did his thing. Oh, yeah, it was Super Gangsta Extraordinary Gentleman. That was the second album I was talking about. That album's fire, too. But that Gangsta and a Gentleman is a classic. Then you got to realize he came up under the tutelage of DMX. Like, he was DMX little homie.
This is what I'm talking about.
Like, come on, because that's
the type of artist he had to get in the booth with.
And them niggas, before you got on a song at Rough Riders, nigga, with D&Y and them niggas, you getting in the pit. You finna go lock in Thunderdome.
Nah,
they battling every day, verse for verse, nigga. You not touching this mic if you ain't sharp.
One of my favorite things about the creativity of that, you never hear about nobody writing Styles music or nothing like that. I've heard other people give Jim verses or songs or help them with verses and all that. I like that story. I don't know if y'all seen what Jadakiss was talking about. He said Styles is the type of person, he can go sit in the corner, turn on all the lights, have a beat playing, and he go to sleep, or you think he's asleep. And that's the part of subconscious mind I think he's tapped into, where he wake up and he got the verse. Like, that's, like he said, the ghost for real, nigga. You going to pull your verse out of nothing.
out the universe, nigga.
Out the thin air, nigga, out the universe, nigga.
It was crazy. I was just thinking of telling that story. We low-key just like communicated telepathically. On God, I was just waiting for you to stop. I was gonna tell that story. You beat me to it. Nigga said, go, turn the light off, pop up, spit the hardest verse you ever heard in your life.
That's wild.
The ghost, nigga. Yeah, Jim, that might have been a cloud chase move. You tripping,
what's the name? Well, if we count both songs, we gonna make it. That's gonna wash any song Cuz got.
Yeah, that's washing balling. That's washing ball. I'm telling you, I can start naming mixtape shit, but then it's like, that'll be unfair, bro. The nigga mixtapes, bro, he was on a cold mixtape run.
We gotta count the mixtape run, because that's how I count the MCs. That was some of that raw shit. Mixtape eras. Anybody disagree, you wasn't around long enough to know music.
And he started his own category low-key. Nobody was saying they was the hardest. I'm not like the hardest, like, oh, I can rap the hard. No, like, nigga, I'm the hardest in the industry. Y'all can have the swag. I'm the hardest. To the point where Hell Rell was trying to battle Cub for that.
That hardest out.
That hardest out. Because he like, hold on, I feel I'm the hardest out. I think they wound up working together, but nigga, Styles P created that whole aura.
And what's even more crazy is they had, I forgot what I was finna say. Shout out to Jim, shout out to Styles. Them niggas, man, Styles is on a different level. These artists, you had to be there for Styles. He still got it too. You go down these niggas' catalogs, it's just like it's different. It hit different. You're on a different level. Talk about MCing, that nigga's an MC.
Jim a rapper, Styles an MC.
Niggas don't get their flowers enough though. Him and Jada. Jada didn't get his flowers until he fucking washed them niggas.
But this is what I'm saying is when you're in a verses, that's when lyrics matter. Because we listening to the lyrics. So when the Dipset stuff was playing, it was cool. You got the feeling of the vibe.
It
like,
made you
damn.
like, this shit low-key trash.
Right. But once the lyrics hit and Jada actually rapping the lyrics on the mic, clear difference. You like, nigga, that showed the levels. Like,
what is we talking about?
I'm outside. I don't live in Connecticut or Miami. I'm in New York. That nigga said, I'm outside, nigga.
That was one of his all-time moments.
That's on the game. That nigga.
For that, like, everybody knew the songs in the crowd.
That nigga went into Super Saiyan mode. Goku, nigga. Spazzed on them niggas.
Who knew? It was crazy. They said Jada had them niggas prepping for real. Like, to remember everything, and they was really, like, treating that shit like a game. His Dipset came in there, wasn't ready.
Yeah, them niggas was playing.
Nobody knew no verses. Nobody knew none of each other verses.
You can't outfly lyrics. I don't give a fuck how much swag you put on and drip. When them lyrics get the lyricking, none of that shit gonna matter, bro. You better remember that verses. Shout out to Jim, though. I want to start seeing some West Coast verses.
Do you really?
Yes, nigga.
I'm just saying, because who we go see?
I do.
Unless you talking about old, like, back then.
Yeah, it gotta be like back then. Not that these new niggas low-key trash. Like,
that's why I said, do you really?
Because the Joey Badass shit is exposing the West right now, bro. I'm sorry to say. I'm not West Coast biased, I'm truth biased.
Yeah, they was mad at Gina Views, but she just spoke the truth. See them going in on her, and Joey used her on the track.
Who? Oh, he did? What does matter? Okay.
He used her on the intro of his song. He was telling them niggas to get outside and all that shit. They was mad at her though, probably trying to say she up. It took a East Coast artist to put me on one of their tracks.
Nah, Gina. Shout out Gina Views. She kept it 100.
She got real takes on music.
That's how media is supposed to be. The biased media is what waters it down and make people hate this shit. The malls, just glazing Drake no matter what. Academics, glazing Drake no matter what. Then you got the niggas on the West, glazing Kendrick no matter what. Instead of calling it how you see it, factually. That's what makes this good. As media, that's your job to the fans. It ain't your job to pick your favorites, and you can give your takes on I think I like this better. But give a real take of the situation that's going on.
But it's crazy because it's like a fight. If you see your homie fighting or whatever, they squabbling, they getting the best of them. It can be seen as motivation because you could be like, nigga, pick your head up or get in there and squabble up. Like, nigga, get on, cuz. Cool, letting cuz get up on you like that. And now you low-key help me your homie to where he can see clear because outside looking in, you see shit that he missing. So and I think that's all she was doing. Like, nigga, they on our ass, nigga. Get out, get in the booth, nigga. Fuck is y'all talking about? Like, this nigga killing us right now. Like,
and this was one of the critiques we had of the West for a while. I remember y'all used to kill me when I used to be saying niggas was trash.
That's because we knew New York music. That's what niggas don't understand. They think we ain't got good taste, but we know real bar for bar music. So,
I kept telling y'all niggas, all of that. Like, you know the West Coast sound, bro. Everybody want to sound like Draco type shit. Everybody rapping the offbeat, blue style, Blueface style, the punch-in rap. That ain't gonna stand up to real MCing. Because this is why niggas like Game transcend. This is why niggas like Kendrick transcend.
Because they study it.
Niggas are lyrical assassins.
And it's crazy because just imagine if we starting to see the transition to hip hop again, back to what it was, where bars mattered, MCing mattered. It's gonna be bad for a lot of rappers. I think a lot of rappers ain't gonna want to be going on with their careers no more.
They're not gonna be able to because right now.
I'm saying, just imagine if the executives and everybody else like, damn, this is what's in back now. Drill music falling away. They getting tired of that. The crash out shit is falling away. They want real music again. Now I gotta find me a Jay-Z. I gotta find me a Nas. I gotta find me a Scarface. I gotta find me somebody that's storytelling, that's getting deep into the metaphors and punchlines. Like, and then it get bad for niggas because niggas don't really get in that bag. Niggas don't even know enough words for that. And that's just in the world in general. You know what I'm saying? So it makes a difference. Y'all be thinking about a lot of these rappers that y'all didn't understand. Like Wayne didn't been to college. A lot of these rappers didn't smartened up and chose different things to take different studies to learn and master their craft. Not
Eminem was reading the dictionary.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Reading dictionary. So niggas be thinking like these niggas is out there doing their homework in every way to be the best. Cause you knew you might run into that person where it's like, damn, I got out rap cuz.
That swag rap ain't getting you nowhere, bro. It's gonna get you stuck regionally. That's it. You see the difference when it's put up against an MC. Joey Badass is an MC. So when you put that shit up against an MC, nigga, today looking like this shit garbage. Now, granted, West Coast has a culture. We love our culture. When them sounds, we love out here. We riding in the whip, we going down PCH, riding through Beverly Hills or Malibu or wherever you at in the set. That sound is like, okay, cool, we rock with that. In the gym, we rock with it. When you putting that shit up against MCs, it's like, okay, that shit gotta go in the cut. We gotta pull the guns out. And when I'm looking at the young niggas, how many of the young niggas is studying the craft like that?
Because niggas is begging for Kendrick again. Kendrick like, I'm not y'all savior. I can't keep trying to save everybody. Niggas is begging for Kendrick. Look at who we looking at. The niggas that hated on Game, now you need Game. Now niggas need Game. Tag him in. Y'all better tag that nigga in, man. Somebody better call that nigga. What's his IG? LA Confidential? Tag Game in this motherfucker.
But then it's like, y'all getting y'all OG. Joey Badass running around with the YNs, the young niggas.
Right.
So where y'all YN? Where y'all young niggas? Oh, he watching them niggas.
Ray Von been holding his own though. I'm gonna give him that.
No, Ray Von definitely been holding his own.
I'm gonna give him that. But shout out to everybody that even had the courage to even get up there and respond and stuff like that. Cause there's a lot of rappers that's in the cut and won't say nothing. So shout out to everybody on the coast that is standing up for the coast. But it's just like, hey, really pay attention to what y'all saying and listen. And the niggas that's in the booth for niggas, don't just be lying to niggas and saying that shit hard if it's not. That's what a lot of niggas, you be having them type of homies, you feel me? Like, nigga won't tell you, like, nah, you need to get in there and go harder. Like, fuck that.
Definitely salute everybody who stepped up to take the fade. Because if you got the heart to do it, salute to you. But like bro said, sharpen your pen, cuz. Sharpen your pen, learn new words, explore new flows, cadences, styles. Expand your palette, cuz. This shit different.
Leave no chinks in your armor. That's what I believe a lot of MCs do. They work on the weaknesses and the strengths. Even though you might got something at work and this flow is hot, work on the things that you might, even behind the scenes, you don't have to even drop the music. Just be in the booth working on it and keep your shit straight. You know what I'm saying? You want to have it all around game. I believe. If it don't matter, then that's cool. But if you have a real passion for music, I think you should work on all your chinks in your armor. Like, you had niggas that was really barring up. Because you ever think, even if you think about little niggas like Lil Snoop and them niggas back then, like Corey Guns and certain people, it's just like niggas that really loved it. Like you can, it hit different. You know the difference.
This is showing the difference of people who loved it, studied it, practiced it, versus niggas who did it for clout. Like, oh, I think I can make a cool song, get a bunch of followers and shit and just get by, but can't really rap for real. Study people like Crooked Eye. As far as a West Coast MC assassin, you can put Crooked Eye against anybody in the world.
I don't know why he ain't jump out the window.
And he gonna hold his own because he's an OG in the game. So it's like
let y'all have that.
That shit'd be unfair. I gotta let the youth have that. I had my time. It came, it went. We know he can jump out there and body shit. And it wouldn't even be fair. But what people were saying, like, okay, if you're going to tag Game and the Crooked Eyes, we tagging our vets. Nigga, we tagging Jada, get up in there.
I expect Jada.
Jay, get up in there. Well, Jay probably
Jay
not.
ain't getting in
So
there.
what other vet? Oh, Fab, get up in there.
Is Fab really battle tested? Fab can bar up. Have we ever heard him really go in on anybody? I don't even know the rap beats Fab really had.
He said, I go over the head of Uncle Murder ass. And what he said? Burger ass niggas, murder ass niggas. I go over the head of Uncle Murder ass niggas. That was the only battle bar I really heard could ever say.
Yeah. Fab is like a J. He gonna give you half a bar for you. Fab bar for bar, ain't too many fucking with him. I give him that. That's one of my top MCs. But as far as battle rap, like you said, it's a different hit different.
Because even if they get their legends, what legends on the East that they can tag in right now that's battle tested, that can go toe to toe with a Game,
besides Jay,
or a Crooked Eye, or a Corrupt? Because if we talking legend versus legend, shit, we gonna throw Snoop in there. I'm gonna give y'all Jada. Jada giving niggas a run. I don't give a fuck who you is. Any MC on this planet, nigga, Jada giving you a run.
Nah,
that's a fact, nigga. You better go run them Jada disses back.
Up.
That's on the game.
Something you might have to just chalk up with Kiss.
Yeah, like y'all might got one with Kiss, cuz that might be the W, nigga. I ain't never heard that nigga lose a battle. After Kiss, cuz what other you feel? Cause with Kiss, I'm just gonna throw the locks in there with Kiss.
Right. Styles do his thing on them disses too, but he ain't came that Jada once he started doing all them separate ones. Niggas ain't fucking with Cuz. So
who else?
I don't know who else they really got. Nas ain't jumping out the window for niggas no more. Jay-Z ain't jumping out the window. Who really gonna crash out about New York? That's why Joey trying to do it.
This is gonna sound crazy. Can Nas go toe to toe with, like, let's say they gonna kill me. Let's just say we tag Game in. Can Nas go toe to toe with Game in the battle?
I don't know. I think it was different for Nas and Jay-Z at that time because that era, Nas knew so much about Jay. Them both being from New York, it was kind of a little easier to have some things on Cuz. To really make that effect of that ether.
Nas was my favorite rapper in high school. When everybody loved Jay, I was the one nigga on campus rapping Nas, repping Nas. Nigga, I put that whole I shall stay real, stay true, stay holding figures. Never put a bitch over my niggas. I shall never cooperate with the law. Never snake you. I always hold you down in war. If they take one of mine, I take one of theirs. I never hold you down to death, I swear. I had that on my backpack, nigga. That's how much I was locked in with Nas. But when I'm thinking about battle tested, them first tracks he dropped with Jay didn't hit. He did the H to the Izzo, and he was doing that shit. That shit didn't hit. You remember he had to go back to the drawing board. Then he came with the ether. But besides that, he didn't go at Pac. Pac was on them niggas. Y'all forget. Pac was on them niggas. He was on Jay. They didn't want no smoke. He was on Big. They didn't want no smoke. He was on Nas. Cuz didn't want no smoke. He was on Mobb Deep.
I think Nas came in the game a little different. I don't think he was coming in there really on some. They say Nas was really moving with street niggas, so I think he wasn't even trying to be on no rap beef shit. I think Jay had got to a point where he was breathing on him so hard he had to respond to Cuz like, this is one I can't give a pass to.
And that was like East Coast on East Coast,
right? And it was like at the time where they was asking who was better at that time too.
So I would have liked to see Nas versus somebody on the West. Because, the West straight disrespect. So I would have liked to see Nas's game plan on how to dissect someone from the West. Now, I'm not saying...
Because y'all act like my nigga Cube don't be in his bag on his diss tracks.
Hold on. I forgot Cube, though. We got the X Factor, nigga.
Come on, man.
We'll tag in No Vaseline on you niggas. No Vaseline part 2 on these niggas.
Fuck niggas
talking about, nigga? I forgot about Cube, nigga. Y'all niggas better stop playing, nigga.
Come on, man.
Come on, cuz. I don't think y'all want to do that, nigga. I rock with the East Coast, trust me. But if I'm talking vet for vet, come on, cuz. Don't make me go tag in Corrupt, nigga. Tonight I battled 2,000 MCs. Nigga, y'all forgot, cuz, with toe-to-toe with DMX, nigga. I'm telling you, you niggas better stop playing, cuz.
Because I'm trying to think.
I'm really thinking. I'm thinking about the
East Coast legends. Like who they really
Jay's not coming out.
You got Jada on the roster. That's one.
You got Cameron.
Jada on the point guard. Cameron ain't cutting it.
Count, yeah. Because who we gonna match Cam up with?
Yeah. You got Jada as a point guard. He got to run point. I don't know who they got behind him, unless you're going to have to put Styles with him.
Yeah, that's why I said Jada Styles, because, if Jada did somebody, the Locks is dissing him.
Yeah.
That's why I just kind of boxed him in.
I'm going to count them.
You got 50. He doing movies and shit.
50 disses ain't hitting the same.
Yeah, it's not. He doing movies
that
and shit.
Back down energy is gone.
You got Fab. He not really
Fab
a battle nigga.
tested.
You got Banks.
Banks ain't the same Banks.
Oh, hold on. Because niggas was in my comments going crazy. They don't want it with PLK.
Banks, man. I know Banks was going crazy when they was battling with Bang with Smurf and them, but other than that, who else did he battle besides the niggas from his hood?
He didn't watch Game either.
Yeah, not at all. Game watched the whole G Unit.
And his officer Ricky, people go crazy for that. I didn't like that diss record. I didn't like the officer down from Banks.
Or the beat was low-key trash.
It was like that's when he was changing his rhyme pattern. He wasn't doing the back-to-back punches no more. He just was like rapping straight through, but he wasn't really saying shit to me. Like I went back and listened to it because they go crazy for that. And I'm like, this shit is not hitting, cuz.
What was that song? He said, you don't learn to relax and swallow steam. It'd be more shells in the grass than Halloween.
Yeah, that was off that freestyle tape.
So what I grew up with them niggas.
That was the Bang 'em Smurf diss. That was So Hood. The I'm So Hood. I think it was So Hood.
Here, anybody come near me, want someone famous to pout with. So now I walk around with my gun
like it came with the outfit.
Who'd go to sleep. He wasn't even really dissing him like that. He was just born up.
50 was dissing the nigga at
Go to
first.
sleep. We all know since you was in the class with Legos, you grow up to be a soft as
Mashed potatoes.
When he said, throw this nigga towards the window, put his ass
in the air like the Jordan symbol. Starving nigga. Only one that can cut me and get away with it is my barber nigga.
I'm farming, nigga.
Take a piece of your head, you have more room in your hat than a Harlem nigga.
And most of these subliminal rap
Banks ain't that no more.
Niggas backstage giving them daps.
Yeah, Banks ain't that no more.
Hot. Everybody say that, but I think it'd be if we could do a record.
They got Ja Rule.
Man, Ja's cooked.
Y'all
Y'all get Fat Joe. Y'all got Fat Joe.
They got Fat Joe.
He cooked.
They can't fuck with the West.
Hey, nah. I'm trying to really think. I'm trying to think even in they raws niggas, I can't really think of.
I'm thinking.
Jay not coming out of hibernation.
Nas ain't popping out for this.
Nas ain't either. They got to have a hope for Jay to do it.
They gonna have to go to Jersey, try to get Joey out of retirement.
Joey ain't fucking with niggas.
They gonna try to go to Philly. They gonna try to go everywhere on the East Coast.
Go to Philly, but Meek ain't even in that bag no more. I ain't gonna say Meek can't do it, but
they gonna say, do Pusha T count?
I wouldn't care. They can throw Pusha in there.
We can throw Pusha in there.
But it ain't gonna make a difference.
Pusha low-key, nigga, keep it 100. He beat Drake, but nigga, he didn't just watch Drake. He said, oh, you got a son, you hiding, and I wanted to be.
Right. Drake low-key won.
We gotta revisit that, cuz. Since when is telling the world a nigga got a kid?
It's a bad thing.
It like, oh my God, he got a son. He hid from the world.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh no,
That's why I
cuz.
said I didn't really care about that. Like, okay, he got a son. He didn't want niggas to know he had a baby by a stripper. He probably didn't want his other bitches to know he had a baby on the bitch.
Yeah, he had a baby by the porn star bitch.
So, yeah, that wasn't really too much to me. Like, I don't really know no bars he said either. But
He had the blackface shit. Like, he was spitting.
them was all factuals, but that type of, his cadence ain't all that to me to be like, it don't hit. Like I said, you got to have the all around bang effect on it. You got to know how to ride the beat. The lyrics got to hit for real, have some truth in your shit, and still to where I can like really vibe to that.
Yeah, you tagging Pusha, I'm tagging in Crooked Eye.
Right, so it's like, I don't know who they got. That's why Joey wouldn't even be speaking about trying to be the head of New York if certain niggas was still outside. It's like, come on, cuz.
I don't know.
This shit, nigga, you don't know who else.
Because I'm trying not to get cute in the comments. I'm thinking like, okay, what vets do they got that could really pop out? If it was
They gonna remind me, they can kill me in the comments, but y'all gotta remind me because a lot of niggas ain't here no more. That probably would have been on something.
X is gone.
X is gone, Stack is gone, Big is gone, Big L is gone. The hitters is gone. The other niggas done got out the way. They didn't outgrew the shit.
New York, y'all might be in trouble because we go to the OGs, nigga.
Let me think of every borough. Who you got in Queens?
Nas and 50.
Nas and 50. 50 ain't cutting it right now. And if we bring Game out, they really ain't cutting it. So Then you got Yonkers, you got Jada, you got the Locks. You got Brooklyn. Who you got in Brooklyn?
Got Fab.
Fab. But we only holding Fab in so many regards based off of because he's a punchline nigga. He's thorough when it comes to raps. But rap battling, we have no resume to go off of.
Fab. You got Uncle Murder and you got Papoose.
Fucking my head hurt. I can't even laugh. My fucking brain hurt.
The thing
God. Shout out to Murder and Fat, man. That's so good. God damn. Did y'all hear that freestyle, Uncle Murder, old freestyle? He talking about anybody got this body with that body and that. She got body because he got body with that. I'm like, this nigga Murder.
I fuck with Murder heavy.
Don't get me wrong. Summertime shootouts, real murder.
Shooting and missing.
Murder, yeah, all that.
Please don't rap.
Yeah.
I fuck with all Murder
And
mixtapes.
Pap too. I fuck with all Pap music, nigga, before niggas even fucking with Pap. So it's like, ain't no disrespect to them, but come on, kid.
You know, they battled each other.
I know, but
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but they diss was just like shots. They never had full just diss tracks. It was always just a few punchlines here and that was it. When I mean diss tracks, I mean a person that went at a nigga for the whole track and dissed them. And then it's like, I don't know. And that's what I think what West Coast niggas got to get back to, freestyling. Like, I don't know none of y'all that really got 100 bars and running, like, that can really do that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody dropping these snippets, but ain't nobody dropping snippets barring up. And if they is, they 23 seconds.
woo! Let's get back to really rapping and stop punching in, nigga.
Let me see them videos in the studio where niggas is cooking. Even if it's your verse, you just put down. The way Meek you be in the studio, he had them little 60, you know what I mean? Them little minute slides or the shit he got with Lil Snoop and Meek. Them niggas was off the top. I can get at the Meek though, for sure. Niggas can say what they want about Meek because he's a real rapper. Like, he didn't went through every phase of rapping.
He was on the corners. Yeah. Freestyling, nigga.
Battle rapping, in the studio off the dome. Like, Meek is without them all that other shit going on with him, he's one of them ones.
Without the Diddy allegations?
Yeah, that's what fucked him up. You see him coming back and trying to clear that shit up?
They talking about he in the official documents.
Nah, cuz said, nigga, he said, just to be clear, nigga, we met up at the same day, and this nigga had the same shirt on as me. So I'm like, fuck it, we all bought the store out.
Oh, he came with his bag for that?
He trying to clear it up. Niggas like, just leave that shit alone.
I just made it worse, nigga.
Yeah. It was basically saying like they stylist or somebody they knew was in it, like working with the same people or something. They both had the same shirts. Like, I probably still would have went to go change my shit.
Nah, nigga, I'd have had that happen before. I pop up. Ain't no way here. Yeah. One of us got to change, cuz.
Either that, I'm about to go put a sweater on. I know I got
for
something else
sure.
in here. Like,
ain't no way we popping up at the party.
I don't like seeing people with the same shit as me on. At least not the same day.
Even strangers, nigga, like.
That's what I mean. Man, cut out the same. I'm gone, man.
Especially if it's like a bummy type motherfucker. Like, can't even wear it. Yeah, God, can't even wear this shit no more. Yeah. Might take these motherfuckers back, nigga, fucking with these niggas.
You ain't gonna see them for months after that.
But yeah, man, we're gonna get up out of here. Y'all share, like, subscribe to the channel, man. We back with another 2-hour banger for the people, you feel me? Oh, we got a cold collab coming this week. Somebody gave it out somewhere. Somebody in the live.
Don't even say nothing. Let that shit be.
No, I know, but I'm curious to see.
I don't even think they gave it out. I think that was a coincidence. Because how he give it out? Only I knew it where you knew, unless you.
No, I mean, like, unless somebody was promoing from that side.
Oh, it's possible.
Because we seen the name before, but for somebody to say, hey, when that's dropping, that means somebody leaked it.
It's like they always know.
So, yeah, man. Y'all stay tuned. We got a cold collab coming soon. Share, like, subscribe to the channel, man. We out of here. VwP.
Ain't no handouts. I did it from the ground up. In the streets, thugging hardest where they found us. Got a problem, nigga. Watch my troopers mount up. My bitch is dang too. And you a lame though. You niggas ain't outside. Yeah, we came through. You want your lights up? We put you on the shade.